Hello, everybody, and welcome to ReelTok episode 171. We are very blessed to be joined by the Duckworth brothers, the DuckTakes duo, Blake and Garrett. Appreciate y'all hopping on. Of course, Tyler here. I believe Seth he had a Christmas thing going on, right? He had like a Christmas family dinner or something going on. So Seth's out there.
George is at his 18th wedding of the year.
Yeah. George is at another wedding. The guy knows way too many people. So yeah, we're lucky to be joined by the DuckTakes duo. Today we will be reviewing Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. And spoilers. I like this franchise. I think we should keep it going. But appreciate our executive producers as always, Ollie Powell, Cody Whitney, and Stefan Johnson. Thank you all for letting us do this week in, week out. Thank you to all of our Patreon members. We really appreciate it. And if you're not a Patreon member, feel free to join. We always appreciate it. Do an episode on Patreon every single week. And then you also get to be in the Discord. It's a good time. As always, we'll start with how have we been doing, what we've been watching. We will start with our guests. We'll go with Garrett was on first. So Garrett, how have you been? What have you been watching the past week? What recommendations do you have?
I've been doing pretty good. Past week, I feel like, I don't know.
Starting strong.
Yeah, I know, right?
I love it. It's putting you on spot. That's all right.
I feel like this past week's been a busy week, but I mean, before that, obviously we had Stranger Things and everything that was consuming most of my time. Welcome to Derry. What else? It's been a lot of TV shows lately. I'll say that.
Are you a fan of Welcome to Derry? I think George is watching it, but I have not.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot so far.
Okay. Yeah, I see good things. I see most people enjoy it for what. Honestly, when it first got announced, I thought it was going to be really bad, but I see good things.
No, I mean, honestly, as long as you got Bill Skarsgård in there, like,
yeah,
that is a talented ass man right there. Blake, how about you?
All right, Blake. Wonderful.
Right,
how have you been? What have you been watching?
I've been good. So first of all, so good to be here on the ReelTok Podcast. Been waiting for this moment my whole life. I'll take it that George and Seth just don't like us. So that's okay.
Definitely.
No, we got to meet George back in February for the Daredevil premiere. So that was great to get to meet him. I feel like we almost got to meet Cam. He was in our neighborhood not too long ago. He said he was in Tampa not too long ago and was at a banquet dinner with some Bucks players. I'm sure, as you know, people who have been listening to us know, we live in Orlando, but we're from the Tampa area and huge Bucks fans. And I saw the text from Cam, and he was like, "Yeah, Mike Evans is here." I was like, "Oh my God!"
I had to flex for him because I was like, "Who would actually care about this?" So I texted Tyler and I texted y'all. So I had.
And I was like, "Please talk to him about Harry Potter if you get the chance." But I texted Cam a little too late because I'm like, Mike Evans is a huge pothead.
Should have known. I love that. I got to fist bump him and then take a picture, and that's about it. Then it was like a line, like it was his charity event, so it's just a line of everyone waiting to take pictures.
Wasn't it bowling? You said?
Yeah, it was bowling. It was a good time. It was hyped up to me a little more than what it was, but we were very close to when I was told it was my wife's cousin's husband. Shout out Damon, he works for the Bucks. But he was basically like, it's a charity event. Like he's like, Baker could be there. Egbuka could be there. Like anyone could be there. I'm like, holy shit, that's crazy. Egbuka was there. So shout out him. And I think Vita Vea was the other notable player. But I assume, Tez Johnson was there.
Sick.
So basically all of the rookies, I'm sure were there. I'm sure that's like a requirement. I'm sure Baker was like, I'll donate. I'm not going to show up to this alley. And
I'll tell you what, because we've been trying to talk about football more on our football page, DuckTakes. That's a plug.
There you go.
But I'm like, in the off season, maybe we should try to get some Bucks players on there because Egbuka is he's a nerd.
He is. Yeah, that's awesome. I saw an interview with him, and they were like asking him all his like favorite, cartoons and this and that. And he actually had some knowledge. I was impressed by his answers.
He has ball knowledge. But so what I've been watching, like Garrett said, I feel like it's consisted mostly of TV shows. I can't recommend it, Welcome to Derry, enough. I've absolutely loved it. I'm caught up to episode 7. By the time this episode comes out, I'm sure the finale would have come out, and I'm hearing it's a really strong finale. So I've been enjoying it a lot. I think I've been enjoying it even more than Stranger Things season 5. But other than that, I just saw Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair in theaters, which was great. I just saw the Shining re-release in IMAX last night, which was great. And I bring up football too, and this is perfect because Cam and Tyler are here. I know you guys are football fans. When football season is here, do you guys just feel like fake cinephiles?
Yeah, I do better during football. Like college basketball takes up a lot of my time, but like Sunday, definitely low on the watch list. Because is I assume Welcome to Derry is like HBO's Sunday release.
It is, their Sunday release.
So it's nice when if it's a show that Emma and I watch, I'll watch it like on Sundays. But like during football season, that would just suck. Like it's not like The Last of Us was the summer-ish time. If I'm not mistaken.
I didn't even watch season 2.
Oh, damn. All right. But like, it's nice when you don't have any conflicting like things to watch. You did get like, if Seth and George were here, they would not talk ball, but you got Tyler and I, we can talk some ball.
I know you guys can talk ball and I know the Heisman was last night, and I don't know, was this one of the most lackluster Heismans we've had in the 21st century?
Yes. Good. Heisman. We should.
Well, so Cam's a Purdue guy, so anything Indiana, Cam's going to Cam's just living in
such
hell.
a dork.
But you get to watch P. Rivers for your squad today. You get to watch P. Rivers. That's elite.
I know. That's like the greatest thing of all time. Watching Rivers
that'll be the story.
I got one more. I've been watching Smiling Friends lately. Has anybody been watching that show?
No, not at all.
No, I know. Yeah, this is not very cinema.
That's what? Is that Adult Swim or is that the Cartoon Network?
Adult Swim, HBO. Yeah. Dude, it's so great. It's just my perfect amount of it's like this creepy humor, and it low key reminds me of Squidbillies, and I didn't even watch that as a
seen that in my life.
Never watched that either, but I don't know why it just like gives me that vibe.
That's fair. Yeah, I've never watched Smiling Things. I have seen a lot of promo for it. They're really pushing it, but I can't say I've ever watched it.
Garrett's more of a animated TV show guy than me in terms of like comedic TV shows. I don't know. He's got more knowledge on me there. I'll give him that.
Like Family Guy, Simpsons-esque.
No, I'm a big Family Guy, but more like
but who put you onto that, Blake? Who put you onto that?
But more like Adventure Time and the regular show. That's what
I gotcha. The Cartoon Network stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I'll admit I have not tapped into that, but any other animated show I'm probably in on. But yeah, Tyler, how have you been? What have you been up to?
I was in Louisville this week for work, so I go there pretty often. So I was texting Alex Coleman when I was out at a restaurant one night. I'm like, I'm in your stomping grounds, man. This is his spot is Louisville, but I go there like 10 times a year for work, so I'm very familiar with the Louisville area for now. It's not my favorite, but it is what it is. Busy week. I don't think I've literally watched anything this week, which is crazy. My letterbox is so out of date. I haven't. I've last movie I logged was November 20th, and I've watched like 15, 20 movies since. I've watched like 20 movies since I log. So I don't know. It's because I just get in these. I don't know. For me personally, it's just a weird thing. Like I can never just like log a movie without writing something, but I can never just write like one sentence either. So then I just get in like a mindset where I'm like, oh, I'm busy. I'm like, I don't have time for that one. And now I just have so many stacks. Maybe during football today, I'll finally update my letterbox. It's long overdue. The only thing I watched this week is The Lincoln Lawyer in my hotel room in Louisville, and I fell asleep like 40 minutes in, which was nothing to do with The Lincoln Lawyer. I was actually pretty into the movie. It was just I was tired as hell and passed out. But McConaughey, legal drama, looks good. Excited to see the final hour and a half one of these days. But
one day,
only got the first 40 down. Probably not gonna watch it again until the next time in a hotel room because it's just good hotel watch. But yeah, to Blake's point, like when it's football season, my movie watching goes down so much because I'm obviously a huge college football guy and I have my college football account, Backseat Coach, where I post like on every college football Saturday, I'll post like 10 to 12 TikToks every day, and then on Sundays like 5. So, but I'm also huge in NFL, so it's like now that Saturdays are basically done, like the CFP still happening, but like the college football schedule is way more lax than it used when it was during the regular season. So my time's like freed up a good chunk, but then NFL's still consuming a lot of time. So excited to watch football today, obviously after this pod, because we're recording usually like pretty late compared to what we normally do. We normally are really early in the morning. We usually have like a couple hour break until football starts. This will go right up into the noon kickoff. So yeah. And I know you two are big Bucks fans, and they're just like a depressing team right now. They're like the worst like type of team to watch, because it's like they're still very much in the playoff race, but like no one really looks like they care, and that's like the most like frustrating to watch when they just like look like they're. I mean, Mike Evans cares, but everyone else just just frustrating to watch teams like that. And Blake always terrorizes me on Instagram and sends me like the videos of the compilations of Vikings failures, and I'm just like, dude, you tag me in this all the time. I don't need to see it all the time. The Vikings are so frustrating because like you'll see graphics of like the most winningest teams of the past like 20 years, whatever. And Vikings, like in terms of like raw wins, like they're like top 5, top 10 in the terms of the past 25 years, but they haven't won anything. So it's like so frustrating when you have a team that's like so close to being great, but then they just always lose in the most heartbreaking ways. Obviously this year they suck. I hate JJ McCarthy, but
did you see
he balled last week.
Rankings having Phillip Rivers over JJ McCarthy? That's so bad, man.
That just seems like a personal vendetta too, because I hate JJ McCarthy so much, but he balled last week. I can't deny it. Like he was on the money last week. So
he'll do that every once in a while. And that's
your quarterback
that was against Washington, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I swear, it seems like every team has just been able to walk all over Washington this year.
Except the Broncos. Except the Broncos for some reason.
It's crazy.
Well,
I'm sticking the Broncos. Sick of Bo Nix.
Use that Spider-Man like Peter Parker meme with the glasses. Like you're looking fuzzy and it's JJ McCarthy, and it gets clear and it's Jalen Hurts. Like that's what it is. That was the most awful game on Monday night. But big fan of football.
It's been this NFL season has been so backwards, and I'm sure your fans will appreciate us being able to talk ball here for a little bit. But yeah, this NFL season has just been like so ass backwards. I don't get it. And then obviously
a little bit.
Yeah, same. I feel like me and
we've kind of had the similar crash. Like I still have the Bears that I cheer on. So like they're doing well still, but Bucks and Colts have had similar crashes of where like we're started so great and everything was jolly and joyful. At least you have a quarterback still. I mean,
true. I mean, very true. But I feel like there's something still wrong with him. He's not 100% healthy. And then our defense can't stop a third down to save their lives. It's just, and 2 back-to-back home losses against, divisional games is just not where you want to be.
Yeah, what was it? The 2-10 Saints and the 4-9 Falcons, bro.
Yeah,
so absolutely ridiculous.
It's just been bad. Because I know Tyler, you're a big college guy. What is your opinions on Notre Dame missing the CFPs and that whole drama? And you got like Tulane in there, and
I mean, so if I was ranking the best college football teams based on what I watched this year, like realistically, Notre Dame's like top 6 for me. Like I think they're so unstoppable, but I don't think they should have, based on the CFP rules, I don't think they should have been let in. I think they made the right decision. I think Alabama should have been pushed down. They should have been in, but for sure, Miami, I mean, I don't like Miami at all, but I mean, if you have to count head to head. So Notre Dame, I'm not mad that they're left out. I think they should join a conference, and the way they're handling it all, they're like such babies.
Yeah.
So I'm not too upset about it. But in terms of like my personal rankings, like I don't know. I think over half the teams in the CFP right now would be terrified if they had to match up against Notre Dame. So I think a lot of teams are happy.
Why are they so afraid to join a conference?
It's a money thing because they
pride thing and a like better than you thing.
And they make a lot of money because they like have an exclusive deal with NBC, whereas like other conferences have like whole conferences have agreements with like TV stations where like Notre Dame just gets the whole pot, and like they make so much money. So I don't know, but I think they'll probably start joining.
I have a lot of like being in Indiana. I have a lot of friends that went to Notre Dame. Good people, like they're fine, but they love not being in a conference. Like they just love it. It's like a prideful, like we're not in a conference kind of thing.
Here it is biting them in the ass now.
Like, the CFB has actually ruined college football. It's Jover. It's Jover.
Do you think the CFP has done more harm, or NIL has done more harm in terms of?
I have no issue with like players getting paid. But like,
no.
So like there was a report that my friends and I were talking about the other day, like the Big 12 getting like $500 million from like an investor group or something. Like not everything needs shareholder value. Just you don't need like shareholder value in college football. Pay the players, but like, you don't need your school to be listed on like the NASDAQ. Like it's just it's so unnecessary what we're doing, and like they have such a bad grasp on it. Like I fully think they should be able to be paid, but they
sure. But do you think
there's no regulations? They're cooked.
If you got a 18-year-old making like $3 million more than your head coach, do you ever think there's just like
they that bad? Like are they like that crazy of like numbers?
Yeah,
I mean, depending who you are. Blake, are you just salty you didn't get any NIL when you were playing college football?
Lama Leva was like the highest paid guy because he wanted like $4 million, right? Or was
like Arch? Well, it depends if you're talking about from paid from the school or not. Because like Arch, I think is the highest paid because he's like me living in Austin. I probably see more than most people, but he's in like so many commercials and stuff.
That's fair, and yeah, that's fair. I guess I was talking paid from the school. I don't know what you're gonna do about like commercials and stuff. Like if you're in a commercial, you should get paid for that.
I don't mind NIL because I think previously there was only like a handful of schools that would just pay under the table, and that's when the SEC was so dominant. Now they're like way more level now that every school can openly pay players. So it's I don't mind NIL, but I mean college football is definitely in a weird spot right now. And the worst thing is the conference realignment. I think that's what ruined college football because the conferences are way too big, and we have like 7 teams tied for first and second. So the you need like 8 tiebreakers to determine who's going to the conference championship game, and it's just a mess.
I'll give you that. I
think you need like on conference championship weekend, you need like the 3 and 4 to play, the 5 and 6 to play, like just so you don't have that excuse of, oh, we're getting punished because we lost an extra game. Like I think you need everyone to play that extra game just to kind of see it. And this is me being on my high and mighty ethical college basketball, most ethical sport. But like Selection Sunday is such a great day. Like even for teams that get left out, like it's just a fun like day of like getting excited on if your team's in or not. And the college football playoff should like have that feeling of like if you're getting in or not. But it's just so the way they've done it is so bad. It's so bad, man. I hate that sport. I mean, I love it, but they're pissing me off. And IU is really good at it, so therefore I hate it.
They lost yesterday. So, I think you're talking about basketball, but
IU bad at basketball, so that's fine. All right. Otherwise, I mean, we'll talk ball throughout, I'm sure. But I've been fine. Had a long week. We got like 8 inches of snow here. I saw Garrett in shorts earlier. That's crazy. I'm very happy for you, but that's insane. It was like actually a winter wonderland this weekend. So this is like one of the few weekends having a truck is very nice.
But that's cool.
Dude, yeah, we're jealous. We never get to experience a white Christmas or anything like that. Like there's nothing about your weather tells you like, hey, it's Christmas.
It's great in theory. It's the same as like me thinking about being in the summer, like in the warm is great. Like it's always the grass is always greener, right? Like theory. I don't know, man. I like the snow when you're playing in the snow, but I want it to go away every other moment of the day. But yeah,
it's like one of those because we'll go up to Colorado every other year with my wife's family, and it always snows like crazy because we're high up in the mountains, and it's great for a week, and
it's great for a week.
Yes.
Yeah, believe me, don't get me wrong. I would not want to deal with that on a daily basis by any means. I'm not trying to, brush snow off my car, melt the ice on my windshield. I'm not trying to do any of that. That sounds like a pain.
Getting snow off the car. It is like it's currently 4 degrees right now.
What?
But by Thursday, it's supposed to be 52. Like, that just shouldn't be a thing. Like stay cold crazy. And just be cold.
Let me check. 70, 74 degrees and sunny.
Like that's cloudy. That's beautiful. So yeah, we got a bunch of snow. So kind of been inside the last couple of days. Emma's very sick right now, which sucks. So like she got very sick yesterday, and then Sutton's sick today. I feel fine. Bailey feels fine, but I'm sure it's one of those things you can like see your future almost of you're going to be sick. But Yeah, that's really all I've been doing. I watched all of the Knives Out this week. Had to prepare for Knives Out. Wake Up Dead Man. Watched a couple Hallmark movies.
You stopped your daily series. I saw you were doing every day on December on TikTok.
I don't know what's going on, y'all. I just don't post on TikTok as much anymore. I don't know. I'm cooked. It's fine. I did watch some more though, so like I could make videos. I don't know. The love of the games.
What is it? A Hallmark series?
Yeah, just shitty Hallmark movies. And they honestly, I think frankly, I got sick of the shtick. They're all about someone lying to someone. And the one of them that I watched was called She's Making a List, and basically it's about the naughty and nice list. The naughty and nice list is like ran by this company. It's kind of anti-AI, so like pro that, I guess, because like the big boss of this like naughty and nice list company wants to roll out an algorithm to determine if like kids are naughty and nice rather than have like the people like go check on them and see if they are. But
that's
throughout
not
the movie,
a bad plot.
No, it's not.
I've throughout the movie, she's like stalking kids, and I didn't like that. She's like, and like the one kid that she falls in love with one kid's dad, obviously. So that's like the love story of Hallmark, a part of it. But she like stalks that kid and gets like caught, and they're like, "This is my stalker." No, this is weird. Get this woman away from my 8-year-old. She's like dating her dad. It's just something else. I don't know. But yeah, I think the gimmick of Hallmark movies wore off on me, and I got depressed, and I was like, this sucks. But otherwise, haven't been watching it a ton. We did watch Year Without a Santa Claus last night with Bailey. It's my favorite Christmas movie. It's a banger. Peak cinema. So we showed him that, and he liked it. Each year I feel like he likes movies more and more, which is great. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. We'll get right. I guess unless anyone has anything else, we can get right into the old Wake Up Dead Man. Mm-hmm. I do have to pull up the description of it. So give me 4 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Tyler, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Man, I'm not a big Christmas movie guy. Probably The Holdovers, just to be something recent. That's like in terms of one I'll watch every year. That'll be.
I mean, respect.
People hate on the Grinch from like 2003, though. I love the Grinch from 2003. So that's a banger.
Dude, that's top great. 2. That's top 2 for us. Like,
there's a lot of people online that hate on that movie.
Yeah, I've been seeing the hate online recently. I'm like, okay, when did this come in the air? Like, just
it's a banger. Jim Carrey, like his performance, like low key, one of the greats of the 21st century.
Oh, absolutely. He should have been nominated for that.
Mm-hmm. I'm a hater.
Yeah, for us, it's between The Grinch or A Christmas Story. That's our favorite.
Yeah, A Christmas Story. That was a classic. Like growing up, like I'd watch it. Like obviously they I don't know. I'm sure it was the same everywhere in America. They'd have it like the 24-hour TV channel and just play.
Yeah, still do it. Still do it.
Yeah, and I would never be able to sleep before like Christmas morning. I'd be so excited, so I just like watch it like 4 times and just locked
it's
in.
Great. It's great. And a lot of people hate on A Christmas Story, and I
always do, and I don't get that either.
I don't get it, and I love to give the fun fact that that's the same director as Black Christmas, the horror movie 9 years before.
Interesting.
That's crazy. I didn't know.
That's wild. Big Christmas guy, big Christmas director. Apparently, who is it?
Bob Clark.
I don't know him off the top of my head.
He's a Canadian director.
That's fair. All righty. We'll go into Wake Up Dead Man, the 3rd installment in the Knives Out trilogy, directed by Ryan Johnson. He works in mysterious ways when a young priest, Judd Duplessis, is sent to assist a charismatic firebrand, Monsignor Jefferson Wicks. It's clear that all is not what it is. God, I can't read. It's clear that all is not well in the pews after a sudden and seemingly impossible murder rocks the town. The lack an obvious suspect prompts local police chief Geraldine Scott to join forces with renowned detective Benoit Blanc to unravel a mystery that defies all logic. Obviously, if you have not seen any of the other Knives Outs, we'll probably talk those throughout this. But we'll start with non-spoilers. So we do non-spoilers and then spoilers. Just give your quick thoughts. I started with Garrett for the how you doing, so we'll go to Blake. Give us your high level quick thoughts, what you give it on Letterboxd, and your opinion on the franchise as a whole. We'll take that as well.
So on Letterboxd, I haven't rated on Letterboxd yet, but if I were to rate it, I would give it a 4-star on Letterboxd. I really enjoy it. I feel like with each of these Knives Out movies, it takes about 30 minutes or so to really like get you locked in, but once it gets there, you are really locked in. I always enjoy the mystery of these movies. One thing I love to do when watching a mystery is just to be as dumb as I can as a viewer, just so I can enjoy the story even more. Overall, I mean, why not keep letting Rian Johnson make these movies? It's an interesting time we're in with like Netflix and movie theater releases. So yeah, it would be cool if, more people could see these in theaters. But like I said, I mean, these are all great movies with great cast. Overall, just an enjoyable movie. And I think thematically, I think this one's probably the most rich out of the three.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely the most like meaningful. And I watched a lot of like Rian Johnson interviews and such, and he very much grew up in the Christian faith, and then isn't very religious now, or isn't religious at all now. And so this is very like deep and personal to him, which is interesting and very like cool to see on screen. But Garrett, what are your thoughts?
Letterboxd, I was leaning that 3.5, 4-star range, like right in between there. The cast you mentioned, like that's something that always catches me off guard with these movies. I feel like they just get all these big name people. Kerry Washington, Josh Brolin, like those were two people that surprised me on screen. I really like Josh Brolin's performance as Monsignor Wicks. And yeah, I really wasn't expecting to get as deep into our character, main character. Oh, what was his name again?
Judd Duplessis.
Yeah, Judd Duplessis. And like him really having this conflicting battle with his faith. Like I thought he did a great job in this movie. And yeah, honestly, I watched these the same way Blake does. Is like, I'm not one of those people that tries to like pick apart, like, ooh, who did I think did it? I'll have like my suspicion, but I do kind of like just letting the story unravel by itself rather than trying to like figure it out before time. I think it's a much more enjoyable experience that way.
Good. Yeah, I enjoy it as well. Tyler, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I saw this back at Austin Film Festival back at the end of October, and I really, really liked it. Because like going into film festivals, you get a lot of like, the typical film festival type of movies. And then like when this is on the agenda, it's like, okay, this will be like, the fun one to have a good time with. It's probably not going to be an awards player, but I'm excited for this one. It's just, I love these movies. But then I walked away from it being like, no, like this is genuinely like a fantastic movie. I've always loved the first Knives Out a ton. Liked Glass Onion, didn't love Glass Onion. And then this one, honestly, like if it wasn't for just like the nostalgia and how many times I've watched Knives Out one, like to me, this could like come close to eclipsing that as my favorite. I think it's just the nostalgia is always going to hold Knives Out for me as number one. But I thought this was fantastic. First Knives Out is very like old money, or well, not that old money because it's like the grandpa was the one who made all the fortune from selling his books and being an author, but basically a very rich family looking for an inheritance. Second film was like a tech CEO and a bunch of his rich friends. And then this one, just like the small town church community. And I just thought it was a really fascinating film. And like Blake mentioned, a lot of these movies take like 30 minutes to get into it. I feel like this one took like the longest to get into it, but I really appreciate it. Like you get so much backstory on Josh O'Connor's Judd Duplessis. And I thought Josh O'Connor was just fantastic in this movie. Marta Cabrera in the first one's obviously kind of like the main character in Ana de Armas, but I just feel like Josh O'Connor had the most to do in this of like anyone, which I think was great because Josh O'Connor is a fantastic actor. So I love seeing him really get the helm and the lead of Wake Up Dead Man. However, I think the ensemble cast was like the weakest, like in terms of like a group. Like, I love the individual actors. Yeah. Okay. I love the individual actors, but I'm saying like the ensemble, I feel like is a little pushed to the side a lot more than the first two movies. But again, like Josh O'Connor had to shine so much on this one. This really was like a 1-2 punch. Daniel Craig, Josh O'Connor, and the rest of the people were really just kind of side characters. They each kind of got their moments. I think Thomas Hayden Church is a really underrated side character in this one that like doesn't get that many lines or scenes, but every time he's in it, I was fully locked in. And it's just really fascinating knowing Rian Johnson growing up in a Catholic church and becoming atheist and talking about that. And you really see him in this film kind of grapple with that with like Judd Duplessis. Like there's moments in that where, like clearly Rian Johnson is skeptical about the church and how that can permeate through a community. but also shows the beacons of light that it can provide. So you can see Rian Johnson himself kind of grapple with his own understandings and moral affinities towards the church throughout the film. So overall, I really had a great time with this. I do need to rewatch it because I haven't seen this. I saw it in theaters back over a month ago, but yeah, this could rival the first one. You know, as the years go by and I continue to rewatch this franchise because I love them so much, there's a possibility this could rise to ranks. But I really loved how dirty, grungy, kind of, you know, intense and almost scary at some moments in this too. Like it's just he's been able to craft such a unique, distinct feel for all three films. I think it's really impressive because again, like Glass Onion, I don't think it's bad. I still liked it. But it was one of those where I'm like, okay, if this is like the trajectory we're going on, like Knives Out here, and then Glass Onion down, if we like kind of keep going down this like somewhat downward trajectory, then like I think I'll get tired of these movies. Whereas I think this one just breathes so much new life into it by being so different here. But you know, Benoit Blanc mystery is going to get me every time. I think Rian Johnson cooked with this throughout. You guys already mentioned that it's like the most thematically rich of the bunch, which I completely agree. But yeah, the only main negative I would say is I think Mila Kunis is just awful. I think she was just
I didn't think she was that bad.
The worst.
I don't think she's in it enough though.
She's not.
I think part of it's just she's the most unbelievable police officers ever.
Maybe
like, so like that woman would never be a police like I don't know. I just
especially like a small town police chief.
Yeah, I was like, what are we doing here? But again, just the ensemble in general, I think I wanted to see a little bit more from, like, you know, Kaylee Spaney didn't get much to do. Andrew Scott didn't get much to do.
Yeah.
Some of them had their moments, and we'll talk about them more in spoilers, but it's really a 1-2 punch with Josh Brolin as like a kind of a third place podium, and then everyone else kind of like has a couple lines here and there.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be such a lead film of just our two main characters. Like you said, you know, the previous two, I feel like you got to see more of our side characters. So this one was definitely just that 1-2 punch and the weakest in the ensemble cast. You know, not per se the weakest group of actors, but the weakest group of ensemble. And yeah, like what you said about the beacon of light stuff, you know, and some of those things came into play with some scenes when, you know, Blanc's first time in the church, when Josh O'Connor's character is talking and you see this ray of sunshine on his face, and it's more warm and hopeful colors. And then when Blanc is talking about his feelings about the church and his past with it, the color grading gets more bleak. There's no sunshine. So those are just like small little details that I really enjoyed in there. And yeah, just, you know, the themes of this movie, I feel like with religion, faith, you know, old faith and new faith, there's just a lot of nuance you could go into and like inner conflict that just makes this mystery even more you know, exciting to see unravel and a better story.
I really like this. I think I completely agree. This is the like worst, not worst acting of the ensemble, but like worst use of the ensemble cast, we'll say. It's very much a Daniel Craig, Josh O'Connor movie, which is not a negative in that sense by any means. Like I think Josh O'Connor is probably one of the best performances we've seen in a Knives Out. Like he's really fantastic in this. I love these movies. I gave it an 88 out of 100, 4.5 out of 5. It's third in the Knives Out trilogy for me right now. But
that's fascinating.
That is fascinating.
I said it's because it's the one I've seen once. So I think as I keep watching, like I just love this franchise. So Knives Out 1's 100 out of 100 for me. I think it's one of the best movies of all time. It's one of my favorites of all time. I think Glass Onion is disliked by a lot of people, but I still absolutely adore it. I think it's the most fun of the three, for sure. I think obviously that's kind of the point of it, being more like summer vibes, beach vibes, most fun. But I really love the ending where he's just like, this was the stupidest fucking case because this guy's a big dumbass. And the whole time when I'm watching it, I'm like, man, I noticed this. And then the reveal is like, yeah, you should. He's a dumbass. And I really love that about it. Like that's the entire crux of it, is Miles Braun's an idiot. And I really love that reveal. I think it works really well. And then this one I think is the most thematically rich, like we've said, but it has the weakest cast. So, and I don't think like, I feel like in the others, like, so Chris Evans is far and away like one of the best performances in these Knives Out movies. And he's like he's the killer in the first, obviously, but he's like not a main character in the first. We'll call it Daniel Craig and Ana de Armas are the main characters, where I think Ana de Armas is probably my favorite performance in all of these. I think Chris Evans is like right there. And then I think you get a lot of great moments with like the Thrombey family throughout that. And then in Knives Out 2, I really love the cast. I think Kate Hudson is like so hilariously funny as Birdie Johnson, or I forget what her last name is. So
Birdie J.
Birdie J. Thank you. And then I think, oh goodness, help me out here. Who plays? I gotta go look at the cast of
Janelle Monáe.
Yeah, Janelle Monáe I think is really great.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Catherine Hahn I think is like really, really good in that as well. Like I think they all get some moments. And then in Knives Out 3, I feel like there's not like moments outside of Glenn Close, I think has a bunch. And we'll get into why later. But I think Glenn Close has like really funny moments throughout this as well. But I feel like in these Knives Out movies, there are like very funny characters. Like even though these are murder mysteries, like they're fucking hilarious, all of them. This is the least funny, but again, it's very deep and like meaningful. I also think this is like the best looking Knives Out we've gotten. Like there are some crazy shots in this.
I agree.
Like really, really great. And maybe one is the best looking. I don't know, but I think
I agree. This one, I think the lighting Blake was talking about throughout the entire movie was just on a new level.
And like again, we'll get into more specifics and spoilers, but there's like a shot of a flashback with a red background.
Yes.
And like there's a tweet going around that's like Jeremy Renner was fucking sleepwalking through this thing, and he really was. Like he was just. Was he doing anything bad? No, but was he like doing anything good? No.
It's not like they were really giving him a chance to.
Yeah, that's also fair.
Like he's just kind of there.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. Like it doesn't feel like anyone was bad in this. That's why I'm like shocked to say Mila Kunis was bad. I just think she was kind of just there. I feel like for most people.
Was this Renner's first like major role since the whole snowplow incident?
I think so.
I feel like if you're making a comeback, you got to lock in a little more and be like, "Look at me, I'm back," rather than people being like, are you okay to be acting again? You kind of seem a little tired right now.
Yeah, they make him. He's like the drunk character in this. So and so like I guess in that sense he gets to act drunk, but. Frankly, I think I could act drunk. Like I think that might be the hot take. That's the easiest acting. That's my take of the day. To act drunk, but I
actually had to act. I had to act drunk in a school short film one time.
Hell yeah, nice.
Was it easy?
Was it easy? Was it easy?
I did. I did, Garrett. It kind of was easy. I had to walk down the spiral staircase and then bump into a person drunk at the bottom. I didn't see the final results, but. I think I did good.
Okay, there you go.
Did you take inspiration from Jim Leahy?
No, I did not. That is a deep cut,
Sorry,
Garrett.
that's a deep cut reference. That's Trailer Park Boys right there.
Okay, I have seen Trailer Park Boys. Funny show.
Good,
not all of it, but I've seen a decent amount of episodes. But yeah, we can get into spoilers now. We can go through the apps or go through the movie. So. We can walk through it kind of beat by beat. It opens up with Josh O'Connor's character, Father Judd, basically writing what I thought at the start was he's writing to Benoit Blanc, asking him to come like solve this murder. That's kind of what I thought it was. It's later revealed that it's Benoit Blanc asking him to write down his entire, like, basically summarize the murder, like exactly what you think of it. So Father Judd, played by Josh O'Connor, is a Catholic priest in upstate New York. He used to be a boxer who killed someone in the ring, and that kind of started his religious journey. And so he punches a different deacon who's kind of an asshole at the start of this movie, in which case he gets sent to the the Our Lady of Perpetual Fortitude, a church in rural New York led by Monsignor Jeffrey Wicks, who's played by Josh Brolin, who's just kind of this asshole priest taking advantage of everyone. He's the grandson of a very wealthy old priest who this church was I think he was the original pastor of. So he's the grandson of a very rich man, and this entire movie is kind of based around the idea that the old pastor's fortune has never been found. So they are trying to scheme up ways to find it and to get it. In back in the day when his grandfather pastor was alive, he basically said he's taking his fortune with him. His daughter, who they have shunned and said called her a whore throughout this movie, basically ransacks the church. So you're led to believe that she has destroyed the church, and then the groundskeeper. What's Glenn Close's character? She's not the groundskeeper. She's like
Martha. She's just kind of like.
She's like the
upkeeper of the church.
Close,
essentially,
it says Wick's right hand woman.
So she's she's the right hand woman. She sees his daughter destroying the church back in the day when she was still a child, and then she gets attacked, and you don't really know why at the time. You don't know why she gets attacked at the time, but that's later revealed. And then
cool shot when she's attacked with the whole camera.
Oh my god!
Sideways when she falls down on her in the pews.
This is the best, like the best shot of the movie, I think, is when Grace, Monsignor Wick's mom, comes into the church, and it's got the red background, like very, I've never seen it, but like Carrie-esque almost. It looks like it looks like Carrie, and it's very we'll go with like Bram Stoker's Dracula-esque, like just a really awesome shot of her walking into the church. So that's kind of the backstory on the church. You meet all of the cast members. So as we mentioned, Jeremy Renner is the doctor of the town. He's kind of a drunk. His wife left him. He's kind of losing everything. Glenn Close is the right-hand woman to Monsignor Wicks. Thomas Hayden Church is the groundskeeper of the church. And like you said, Tyler, he's very good in this. Not given a lot, but he is really good in this. Mila Kunis is the detective of the town. Kerry Washington is her dad was very invested. Oh, she's an attorney.
She's an attorney.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Her dad was very invested in the church. She's an attorney. Her son is played by Daryl McCormick. It's kind of her son, kind of not. They're pretty confident that it's her brother, but throughout the movie, you think it's her brother, but she acts like he's her son. So very weird relationship, but he is a congressman who's trying to make it in politics.
Right-wing grifter, more accurately.
Yeah, he's a right-wing grifter, and he comes back to this town to get basically YouTube famous. Like he's very online. He's got a phone out the entire time, which I do always like that these movies acknowledge, like, people are recording everything and still they're able to get away with like these murders and stuff. I've always liked that. Like they don't shy away from any like technology or anything. Yeah. Kaylee Spaney is a writer, I believe, whose back problems. She's a violinist.
Celloist. Yeah.
Celloist.
Okay.
Yeah. She's disabled. And, like, I think her big grappling is like that she tries, like, is she kind of sold that faith can help heal her? Monsignor Wicks has like convinced her that like only through the church will she be healed.
Yeah,
she has like some nerve injury where it's
painful for her to walk, essentially, and just like and to play the cello.
So she gives a ton of money to the church, right? Like that's her big, like that's what her motivation is. Basically, she gives a shitload, basically her entire savings to the church.
And essentially, it seems like Monsignor Wicks has almost convinced her that, like, you pay enough money, I can, heal you through the faith of God, whatever. But
and then Andrew Scott is the writer, and he's also kind of like a right-wing grifter in this. He is the writer in this one. And he's just writing some crazy things. I believe that's your like main cast who is frequenting this church. They go every week, multiple times a week. And basically, Josh Brolin has them under his like, has them under his spell of like, basically the only way you can do anything in life is like casting out all sin and everything and all demons. Very much a not preaching the right thing, whether you're religious or not. I think either way, you can see this is not the way like you should be preaching. And basically anyone that's like a first time member at this church, like he gets them to walk out. He'll call them out in a crowd and then get them to walk out. And that's kind of his goal, to keep the rest of the group under his control a little bit. So that's kind of the setup. Josh Brolin is killed in a mysterious way when Father Judd is doing a service. He goes into a different room. He's killed, and then basically with a knife in his back, but no one's around. No way to stab him in the back is the big question mark of the movie. Mm-hmm. Anything I missed from the setup? Anything anyone cares to mention?
I think the only thing is, so the whole like flashback sequence of the daughter like wrecking the church. So there's like a necklace, right? Is like the kind of big thing that she was trying to find, like a big pennant on a necklace. That was some
I can't remember that necessarily.
Invaluable artifact, and that's what she was kind of looking for. And they assume she found it, but she never found it. And that's kind of what the big kind of driving force of a lot of this death and mystery is trying to get this necklace pennant. I'm trying to find what exactly they called it, but that's what they I'm trying to see what it's even called, but I don't know. It's like a thing from the Titanic, that big diamond thing on her neck. And they thought when she destroyed the church that she found it and then took it and then never found it again, but then that obviously will end up coming back. But I guess in the Wikipedia they're just calling it the diamond, but it was on like this necklace pennant, and it was it's called never mind, Eve's apple. So it's the key to Wix's $80 million fortune. That's what Grace sought when she was trying to escape the church. So that's kind of what in the background is everyone's trying to get this Eve's apple priceless diamond, but they kind of thought it happened and was gone when the church was destroyed as a kid, but it was still hanging around. And that's again one of the driving forces of the movie is getting Eve's apple.
Yeah. Well, we didn't know that until like much later in the movie, right?
That's what I thought, but I didn't know if she had a. I might be remembering it wrong, but
no. I think it like that part comes later in the movie, where we're revealed that there even is a diamond. We didn't, because like she got the
because they're looking for the account numbers.
She was they thought they were like, oh, in a demonic rage, she just trashed the church. She's crazy. Right. She's a harlot. She's this. She's that.
Because they show that flashback sequence twice, like you're saying. The first time we think she's a harlot. The second time it's like, oh, this is what she was actually trying to do.
She was actually looking for the diamond. I remember that part. I thought I didn't know if at the start she was also looking for it.
And the only thing that she was left behind is it was the Eve's apple. It kept like saying the key was the Eve's apple, and all it was just that box with Jesus in it. And then she was people were trying to figure out what that meant. What does Eve's apple mean? And then that's what we get in the reveal at the end.
Yep. So as you go throughout this movie, obviously, so then it picks up after you kind of get the backstory on everyone. It picks up with Benoit walking into the church after the murder. This is the only one you don't really figure out why he just kind of took an interest in the murder. Like no one hired him in the first one. He's hired in the second one. Janelle Monáe's character comes and finds him. In this one, he just kind of takes an interest, which is interesting. Like no one brings him on.
I think they did say that Mila Kunis's character like reached out to him. I think that was it. Like she just reached out, and then he was like, "Oh, this is interesting," and came along.
I think you could argue that he might have taken an interest to this case too, just because of his whole past, and maybe in a way he was looking answers for himself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's fair. So you go through, they're finding clues. The one big clue is Cy, who's the politician, Kerry Washington's son, is revealed to be to actually be Monsignor Wick's illegitimate son, with a woman he had met in a past life, and her father brought Cy in to basically like he basically got Monsignor Wicks out of trouble and took Cy in as his own, or as his daughter's own, I guess. He's a failed politician. They have a secret meeting where this is revealed, and he took a video of the entire thing. So again, back to the technology use, like he was.
Oh, that was so funny.
Yeah, he's recording the entire thing. And
I thought it was hilarious how he was so ready to just be like, I have the whole thing. Here you go.
Yeah, he's like, just watch it. This is right after Josh O'Connor drops the line of like, you all are going to sit down and Benoit freaking Blanc and I are going to solve this murder. And I really liked Josh O'Connor's delivery of that. It was very, very funny. But they basically, another big crux of the movie, obviously around the religious theme, he's killed on Good Friday. So very symbolic, Good Friday, Easter Sunday, risen again, right? So he's killed on Good Friday. He is placed into, it's not a tomb, but what are those called? I forget exactly. A crypt. Thank you. Where it needs big equipment to open it from the outside, but from the inside, you just push it and it'll fall and break. Right. So there's a way to get out, but there's not a way to get in easily. And so on Easter Sunday, they're Josh O'Connor is kind of running away from Blanc because he thinks he's the murderer. And this is where you see the tomb opens up and it appears that Monsignor Wicks has risen from the dead. Basically, he was medically determined to be dead after being stabbed in the back. And this appears that he is coming alive and rising from the dead. You also see what you believe to be Thomas Hayden Church character, the groundskeeper, walking through because it's coming from the groundskeeper's house. And so you're supposed to believe that that's who that is, coming to lead him out of the forest where the crypt is kept.
In the context of the story of where we're at now, I know we're gonna go to more revealed about Monsignor Wicks arising from the dead. That is the one thing where I predicted. I was like, I feel like this is going to happen because of what the story is.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah. Did anyone get the killer? I did.
I was that was my most suspected person. That was my most suspected person.
Yeah, I took a guess halfway through. Did I have any clues or anything? No, but I just took a guess.
But when Monsignor Wicks rises, so in the first Knives Out, like the death is like the swapped, the way like Ransom was able to, he's like swap the drugs, but it was swapped back by Ana de Armas, which like you would never be able to know like the whole swap drugs thing, but you would be able to suspect who the killer was. And then the second one, you can see exactly how the death is going down, but like Cam was mentioning, that's kind of the point, is like it's so dumbly done that like you'd be able to suspect even as a viewer. But this one, when this happened in the theater, like and he rises from the tomb, which it makes sense, like you said, thematically, like Good Friday dies, he rises on Easter Sunday. But this is when that moment happened in the theater, I was like, all right, how are we about to explain? I was like, I have no idea where this is about to go right now. Like, what the hell is going on?
They kind of reveal, so we can talk it at the end. They kind of reveal how it happens, but not really, because there's still, like, frankly, okay. Long story short, he doesn't actually rise from the dead. Shocker. You have to move a body, and Josh Brolin, not a small guy. Like moving a limp Josh Brolin cannot be easy.
Bros Thanos.
Yeah. It cannot be easy to pull him along, but either way,
you're right. They did kind of glaze over that.
They did glaze over him. Especially when you think of like who the killers are or who the like murderers are. Like you're like, all right.
Because if Thomas Hayden Church was involved, I can believe Thomas Hayden Church can move Josh Brolin, but no one else in the cast I can believe.
Sandman can do it.
Sandman can lift him.
He just looks like a big unit, like on the. Yeah, so I think he'd be able to do it. Yeah, he does.
He's got a strong face.
Trying to think. So basically, Josh O'Connor sees Father or Monsignor Wicks raising from the dead. He starts running after him. He slips and falls and basically like gets covered in mud. And then so he's a little distorted. He runs into the woods and gets knocked out. And that's when it's revealed. That's when he wakes up. Thomas Hayden Church is now killed. The groundskeeper is now killed. He has memory of trying to stab Monsignor Wicks, who he believes is now risen from the dead. I think that was just like a memory. They never really explain that one. So I
think it's Thomas Hayden Church, right? Which they look similar-ish enough that I think.
Well, his memory is that he thought he stabbed Monsignor Wicks.
Right.
That's his memory, but they never so that's why he thinks he killed Thomas Hayden Church when he wakes up.
I was confused about that too. I didn't know if that was like he dreamt that or
I kind of think it's like a dream, like distorted memory dream. I don't know. They don't really explain that
like
one.
Maybe something showing his intentions, I guess, like what he wanted to do in his own head, that kind of thing.
Because when he wakes up, someone is stabbed. So he believes he killed Thomas Hayden Church. He then goes to the police department to turn himself in. And this is another a very funny scene where he's walking in the police department, and Benoit's like walking down the stairs and just grabs him and pulls him to his car, basically like not allowing him to turn himself in. He then they go in their car, and then they're solving the mystery a little bit. They want to go to Dr. Nat, Jeremy Renner's house, because Jeremy Renner is who pronounced him dead. So obviously the doctor that pronounced him dead is probably up to something. They go to Jeremy Renner's house. Jeremy Renner, or his house, is destroyed. They go to the basement and find Monsignor Wicks kind of laying over a vat of acid. And inside of that acid is just a bunch of bones. This was kind of a crazy shot, like especially when they're draining the acid out, and like you see the bones popping through the green acid. Like very good shot, but kind of crazy for the Knives Out universe, I guess. But that's when it's revealed that Dr. Nat has been killed. Again, at that point, you think Monsignor Wicks killed him in the vat, I think.
And this is where I'm like,
after being risen from the dead.
After being
we think he rose, and and his sole purpose was what, after he risen from the dead, to go kill this doctor. Like,
this is where we were at in the story. Where I'm like, I genuinely have no idea where we're going from here.
I was very lost on like, okay, now I'm confused because you're at this point you're still thinking he rose from the dead, right? So exactly what Garrett like. I'm like, I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what his purpose was. I think you can obviously assume someone else was up to something, but still, I thought this was going to be like and then there were none situation where they all died. Because at this point you have 3 of them that are dead. Thomas Hayden Church, Jeremy Renner, and Josh Brolin are all officially dead because his arms are
been a bad idea. Actually,
I thought they were going for something like that. I would
I thought that was it. It was heavily implied that Josh Brolin was the one who killed Jeremy Renner with, his melted arms like around his throat, with Renner's body completely soaked in the vat of acid. But
Thanos got the Hawkeye.
Yeah, vat of acid was not on my Knives Out bingo card. That was actually wild. I was like, where did they get
crazy way to die?
Where did they get this acid? They act like that was just such a common thing you could find. I'm like, dog, there's got to be records of that somewhere.
You got people looking after you.
Yeah.
So now this is kind of where things start being revealed. So Benoit has the murder solved. All-time moment in this movie is when Josh O'Connor is trying to, again, he's trying to admit to the murder of Thomas Hayden Church to the police. So the whole group's in the church, and he plays the dun, 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 and then to cut him off. All-time moment in this movie. Benoit Blanc just being Benoit Blanc, and he's like, "I'm sorry, that was dramatic, but I need you to stop talking." I love it. I love that moment so much. That was fun.
No, Daniel Craig is funny as hell in these movies.
Oh, he's so good in these, man. And then so basically, as they're going through, he explains the first half of the murder. So the first half of the murder that he's gotten to and concluded is when Father Judd was giving his sermon and he sees Monsignor Wicks fall. That is because Monsignor Wicks took something in his flask to cover it or to knock him out. It's not supposed to kill him. It's supposed to knock him out. And then so
you're right.
He's got a knife handle like sewn onto his cloth, but not actually stabbing him. So when Jeremy Renner goes in to examine the body, that's when he stabs him officially. Like he gets a moment together, and that's when he actually stabs Monsignor Wicks. So you're led to believe, obviously, Jeremy Renner is the murderer. Jeremy Renner, who we just mentioned, is dead in a vat of acid. So it's kind of like, all right, this is maybe Monsignor Wicks somehow survived that and then tried to kill him and because he tried to kill him. So you kind of think it's a revenge thing going there. So again, still not the full story told. When Daniel Craig is about to like unravel the web, as he often mentions, he stops and says that he can't solve the murder. Very funny, Sai is like, so does that mean you believe it was like holy intervention raising him from the dead? And he goes, I cannot solve this murder. And he goes, that's good enough for me. And then like, it's a funny look onto like media of like, yeah, close enough. I'm just going to run with it.
And that's exactly what a politician would do.
Exactly. Like, yeah. I'm just going to make my own story here. What does, I forget what, the walk is, and I grew up in religion. I should probably know. Does anyone remember what like his walk is? They mentioned it a couple times.
The walk. Whose walk?
I'm trying to find it in this whole synopsis. They might not mention it, but it's like it's a P name. No, it's not. I don't know. Either way, whatever. Basically, it's like a holy walk where he finds deeper meaning in what he's supposed to be doing. Father Judd mentions it earlier in the movie, and then he mentions it here, of like that's the reason he's not going to reveal the murder, because he's found this like deeper meaning. Doesn't need to reveal it to the entire group. Later on, Glenn Close's character comes in, and she is ready to confess to Father Judd for the murder of Monsignor Wicks. And that's when you start to hear the entire story. So basically, Prentice, who's Father Wicks's grandfather, who has the fortune, he put all of his fortune into Eve's apple that Tyler mentioned. Like, so you're never told how much it's worth, but we'll call it 10 million or something.
I thought they said 80 million was the
80 million.
fortune.
Yes. Thank you. So you are told how much it is. I apologize.
Yeah.
80 million in one fucking.
That's a lot.
That's a big
diamond is crazy.
Yeah.
So it's revealed that Grace, who again was like kind of the right hand at this time, she was just very religious and a young girl who's kind of enthralled by the church. Prentice swallows the diamond in front of her. First off, crazy. Why would you do that in front of her? But swallows the diamond in front of her to kill himself. He is buried in the crypt. So Grace is the only person that knows where the fortune is at this point. It's then again revealed. You see the backstory. Martha is the only one that knows. Grace is the daughter. Grace doesn't know where the diamond is trying to find it. That's why she's like uplifting the church, or not uplifting, but turning the church upside down to look for this diamond, like trying to find where he hid it. She can't find it. And then that's when Martha, you find out what she whispers to Grace, basically saying, I know where it is. You'll never figure it out. And so
it's cold-blooded for a kid.
Yeah. Crazy. Seriously. For an 8-year-old at the time or whatever she was.
Yeah.
Beats the shit out of that kid. Crazy. Justifying hitting hitting the kid. What'd you say, Garrett?
I said to beat up a kid. That's a valid reason.
Yeah, right. So now Martha, 80 years later, 60 years later, whatever it's been,
60.
She came up with this plot to retrieve the diamond. Realizes that this is after Monsignor Wicks basically earlier in the movie says he's going to screw everyone over. Mm-hmm. Everyone in the room is sinners, and he's going to take them all down basically. So Martha's like, I can't let this happen. I'm going to get the money and kill him and get the $80 million. She has formed this plan to retrieve the diamond. It goes exactly how Benoit Blanc says, with Jeremy Renner going in, stabbing him. So he wasn't actually dead when he was knocked out. But the big thing is Josh O'Connor, in his kind heart, like retrieved the flask that
had the poison.
Yeah, had the poison in it, because he didn't want people to realize that Monsignor Wicks, even though he hated him, didn't want the people's judgment of Monsignor Wicks to be any different, like to be a drunk, which he was. So especially Samson, who like they both quit at the same time or something. Like they were very connected through that. So he stole the flask. So then they had to take it kind of one step further to break into Father Judd's room, steal the flask back to hide that. And so they know like something's afoot at that point. It is later revealed that instead of Monsignor Wicks in the casket they were in, it was Thomas Hayden Church's character, Samson. So somehow in a short time that at one point, Glenn Close's character says she wants to see the body herself. Everyone leaves the room. Somehow her and Thomas Hayden Church move the body of Josh Brolin, and then Thomas Hayden Church gets in the casket, and then they cover it up. And again, that's a heavy body to be lifting, but
that, and also, is no one questioning where Samson went at that point?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's another thing of like, it's an easy way to explain like why you don't see half of these like characters all that often, but yeah. So I guess that's another point of like, where the hell's Samson at? Like I haven't seen him doing groundswork once in the last 3 years.
You know, maybe that's one of the benefits of this. So we talked about how this ensemble cast was not as, you know, like tightly knit. They weren't, you know, like super close.
They weren't
together.
A family. They weren't like that.
Yes. Yeah. So maybe that's the benefit of that, because these people aren't wondering where is Samson. No one really cares because they're not that tightly knit of a group. So it wasn't that big of a deal. Cause like I wasn't thinking about that when they were putting the body away. I wasn't wondering, hey, where's Samson? Why isn't he with the group? So
that's very fair. That kind of throws you off a little bit. So earlier we talked, someone kind of meets Monsignor Wicks as he's rising. You think that to be Samson, but now it's revealed that that's Jeremy Renner's character. So basically he's in the same crypt as his grandfather. That's where the diamond obviously doesn't decay over time. They realize that they can grab the diamond now. That's kind of the point. So they steal the diamond from the corpse of his grandfather. Insane, yucky, disgusting. But so Jeremy Renner, that's when he is kind of taken over by the $80 million diamond. He can't just like go on with the plan. I believe the plan was just to throw it in the ocean and get rid of it. It wasn't to keep it or anything. I believe it was to get rid of it.
That was the original intention, but Jeremy Renner was not on board with that.
Yeah, he's like, no, what if I just take the money? So Josh O'Connor, again, he's running through, he gets all muddy, runs into the forest, like we mentioned earlier. He gets knocked out by Thomas Hayden Church, and Jeremy Renner thinks, okay, if I kill Thomas Hayden Church, I can stage it to look like Father Judd. And so he does that. Thomas Hayden Church and Martha, or Glenn Close's character, Martha, are in love. She sees the body and realizes, hey, he was probably killed by Jeremy Renner's character. She goes to Jeremy Renner's house, where he says everything was good. It went perfectly. We've got the diamond right here. Yada yada yada. We can put Monsignor Wicks' body in this vat of acid, and he'll, disappear forever. She then kills him knocks him out with the same like poison that they knocked out Monsignor Wicks with earlier in the movie, and puts him in the vat of acid. That's why, again, I don't believe Glenn Close is moving Jeremy Renner. Even Glenn Close looks like she's kicking it. Looks like she's chilling. I need to get a Wikipedia check on her age. I don't believe she's moving bodies like that. She's 78 years old.
Yeah.
Not a shot. But either way, put Jeremy Renner's body into this vat.
Guess if you're determined enough, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. And he ran upstairs when he realized he had gotten hit with that poison. He ran upstairs. She's carrying him a flight. Actually, no, they explained she just dropped him down, right? Like he just
his body
just fucking flapped. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that one's fine. Whatever.
But she is having to carry a lot of weight either way, because then she's got to move them. You know what? Yeah, because then she's got to put him in the acid tub.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the one plot hole in this one of like, she ain't lifting all that. She then that's kind of the big reveal, right? She is behind all of it, but it was 3 of them kind of plotting this revenge on Monsignor Wicks to steal the diamond.
What's crazy though is there was like 2 plans going on during all of this, because not only did you have Glenn Close's plan with Jeremy Renner to do their whole revenge, but Monsignor Wicks and Cy Draven, they were planning to like escape together. Because
is that what it was? Yes.
Yeah, because Monsignor Wicks was the one who ordered the opening of the casket before he died, obviously, and then that just like ended up being the day that they did the funeral to open it. So he was just gonna open it, go in, get the diamond. He figured it out, and then him and Cy Draven were just like gonna go off and rule the world with his political acquiesce, I guess. But
because now that he found out that Cy was his son, this was a way for him to get out of the church.
Yes, because he said he's been unhappy for a while, which is why he burned everybody.
Yeah, that makes sense. I did forget about that. And then just to wrap it up, of now she has the diamond. She dies alone in Josh O'Connor's arms after also taking that poison that she'd given to everyone else. She releases the diamond. So Josh O'Connor has the diamond, and Benoit Blanc, who's standing right there, does a very funny thing of just walking out. Stronger man than me. He just walks out and doesn't know what happens. Cy Draven, son of Kerry Washington's character, or son of Josh Brolin's character, I should say, he comes back like basically saying, I know you have the diamond. Where is it? And they say they don't know. The big like final shot is the diamond is in the chest of a wooden like Christ on the cross crucifix in the big part of the church, so it will like reflect and be beautiful during like church service when the sun shines in. Great like final shot, really.
Yeah.
Good. And I do like that he's like, if you even put a new roof onto this place, like I'll be here. If you get like a mystery donation, I'll be here, kind of thing. Like I like that he doesn't even cash it, because my first thought was, fuck, cash that thing. Again, better man than me.
Yeah. No, I couldn't just sit on an $80 million diamond. I could not do that.
I'd just take 10 million, like have the other 70. I
just did a quick research. So they were trying to take the $80 million diamond, him and Cy, to like kind of go off and like run his political campaign and kind of grab power for the world. So serious primary contenders on average for presidential primaries, usually 500 million of donations, and to win presidencies, usually 1 to 1.5 billion. So they weren't going to get that far with that plan.
That's crazy.
80 million still not going to be getting them the power they're looking for. So
that was just to get the ground running, man. That was just to get it going, man.
True. Put that in a high yield savings account. That 80 million will be 83 million in no time.
Yeah.
You got to assume 80 million, that diamond, 80 million when he died. It's probably what? It's got to be 140 now, 160. It's doubled at least, right?
That's actually a good point. I forgot about that. He had
80 when he died?
It was 80 when he died, and that's when he bought the diamond. So that diamond's probably, that could be worth like 200 million at this point.
So I could get him to like Jeb Bush territory.
Yeah.
Make it far enough before you get knocked out of the race.
A little bit in it.
But I think my favorite scene of the whole movie, maybe my favorite scene of the franchise, I made the rounds on Twitter the other week or the other day, of the phone call scene. I think it just perfectly encapsulates everything about the themes of this movie, where this is at the height of when Benoit Blanc is so disillusioned by the church and realizing all these people are terrible. Something's afoot. There's so much corruption, but all while that's happening, while they're trying to figure out who ordered the like construction crew to come in and close the crypt, Josh O'Connor takes a phone call from just a citizen. I don't even think you ever see that person throughout the whole film, but she's a churchgoer.
No, she's the worker.
She's the person who, she's like the worker at the construction site or whatever. That's just the customer service representative, salesperson, whatever. And he talks to her for like 12 hours. You have a great cut where it goes from day to night, where Josh O'Connor just sitting with there praying for her for all her troubles the whole time. And I think that's just like that scene alone like perfectly summarizes this whole movie of just like, there's so much corruption and so much wrong with the church in this town. And, expands far beyond the scope of this film, but there's still beacons of light. Like even in corrupt organizations, there could be good eggs, and that's kind of what Josh O'Connor is, especially when you get his whole backstory from the first 45 minutes of he has such a troubled past. And at least for me, the first third of the movie, I was never like, I couldn't get a perfect read on like, is he like truly like this great and holy perfect priest? Like, I never suspected he was I never really suspected he was gonna be the killer, but his whole backstory being a boxer turned priest, like this clearly isn't a guy who like grew up his whole life saying like, this is what I want to be one day. Right. It's almost like, was this just because circumstances made him have to be this? But you ultimately end up getting revealed that he really is a great person. So the phone call scene was great. The lighting in this is great throughout, and the flashback sequences. I love the camera movement of the church when it's being destroyed. And I just think Rian Johnson was really cooking with this one. So certainly excited for more.
Yeah. I think
honestly, but yeah, I would have been really disappointed if they had revealed that Judd was the killer or even involved with the murder in any type of way, because I really did like his character. He just really seemed like he was at his happiest when he did get to be a priest. Like when you took all this craziness out of it, like when he was listening to people's confessions and trying to help people on like a genuine level, that's when those were the moments where he shined. And like even during Martha's confession at the end of the movie, she goes, Father, you're really good at this.
Because think about it. If they did make him the killer, it kind of takes away, the message of the movie, really.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do think, like I said, Rian Johnson did a lot of interviews on this. It's a very deep and like meaningful movie to him because I think he says like he's not like full blown atheist, like doesn't believe in any God, but he's away from the church, like he doesn't believe in religion. And I think that's very impactful. Tyler, I've mentioned this to you, and Garrett and Blake, not really, but I went to Catholic high school. Like this is this movie like hit on a million levels for me of just like, yes, there are really great priests, and then you have definitely downfalls of the church of like people being extremely religious and kind of forgetting why they're in the religion because someone is telling them like what they should be doing. It's kind of what's like very much going on in just like the world right now of like there are people that like take it to an extreme and kind of forget that message. And so like I think the themes of this thing of being within the church and not truly having every single answer it is really, really well done. I enjoy it a lot. But yeah, I really love this movie. I think it's fantastic.
I always enjoy hearing Garrett's opinions about the religious topics because as a kid, our mom sent him to Christian camps. She never sent me. I don't know why. It was just Garrett.
Well, no, dude, but you know why? It's because my friend went, Austin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he went. He's how I got into it. Okay. And I was never the religious one even growing up.
No, but
honestly, I mainly went just because of my friend, and it was, and I thought the camp was fun. But continue.
Yeah. But I thought it's interesting because here Garrett is, going to these Christian camps growing up, and as he's gotten older, I think he's gotten a lot farther away from the religious aspect. And our mom grew up Catholic, isn't anymore, and I feel like you hear that a lot of a lot of people growing up Catholic, and then they start to move away from it as they get older.
She didn't move away from the church. She still, goes to church and but I think she definitely leans like more Christian. I think just like the strictness of Catholicism can especially as children can definitely like push them away towards adulthood. They're like, I don't need all these rules in my life. Like
my family's pretty similar. Like my family, I grew up very Catholic, going to church every week, and I went to Catholic like summer camp and stuff. Shout out Camp Tecumseh. I loved it very much, but like it's a very strict religion. I went to Catholic high school, like I said. It's a very strict religion, and there's not a lot of leeway. And like as I grow up, like just meeting new people that are come from different religions and different cultures and different ways of life, and like it's like how can you teach these things? And again, if you're very religious now, that's perfectly fine. Like I appreciate the insight of everyone. I'm not as much anymore because I don't fully align with everything that I've been taught my whole life. In the sense, and I think this movie, like, again, really kind of nails it of like, there are ways to too much good is bad, like in the sense of too much straying away from sin to where you have to cast out every single person that sins. Like that's a bad thing. You shouldn't be doing that. You should be uplifting and trying to bring people along with you and trying to and I think like Father Judd really embodies that and really shows that throughout the movie, and is just inherently a good person, trying to do the right thing throughout. And so like, yeah, I think it was very, very well done.
And I think it's pretty on nose too of like where you see religion like in this country right now too, and mostly, you know, like a lot of online rhetoric that you see about religion. And I thought it was very on nose with that, and also attacking on Monsignor's way of preaching and using fear to control the people who would visit the church, and how, I mean, fear has always been used as a tool to have people follow down a certain path, but you know, religion is definitely something that fear can be used to a great extent, and has been used as a great effect, you know, throughout its history.
Yeah, using like, you know, the whole kind of God will smite you, God hates these people.
Yeah.
And that, I think, like especially when it comes to like when it especially comes to Catholic, like I feel like that's a more common theme in that people think of, you know, God is more like this punishing thing. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
I see what you're saying.
I know I'm not saying much, but I feel like it's definitely more. They're definitely more strong with like the reprimanding and that kind of thing, which is
it's like it's just the teachings of the Catholic Church are very much like God is all loving, but he's also like a just God. Like you can't go through your entire life never believing in God and still having that love. Like you have to like earn it a little bit. And that's something like, I don't know. I don't want to get too much into religion, because again,
No, I'm gonna say I'm different than you guys, so I'd have kind of an outsider's perspective because I didn't grow up religious at all. I think both my parents would consider themselves religious. I just I didn't go to church ever. The only time I'd ever go to church would be if I would sleep over at a friend's house on Saturday night, and my parents wouldn't pick me up early enough in the morning. So then I'm like, oh God, now we're tagging along. Thanks,
you had to go with friends? That's crazy.
Oh,
I've never gone with like a friend.
I'd go to like Sunday school with them. It'd always be this one friend too, and I'd always be like, okay, Mom, I'm sleeping over here, but you have to pick me up by like 8 a.m. I'm not going to this shit.
That's funny.
But no, I was very outside religion. But yeah, it's always fascinating to learn about. Like I think Seth is similar. I think Seth might be a little more religious, but he always talks about how like religious media and like film and novels are always so fascinating to learn about. And I like to try and educate myself about other religions a lot too. And it's always interesting when you hear the argument of people being like, well, like without religion, how do you get like your moral compass? I'm like, I feel like it's pretty easy to know kind of what's right and wrong without like a book to read about it. So, but no, it's like I'm very not religious, but I am always interested in anything religious, you know, movies, books. So I always like learning more about it.
Like all the religions just kind of just have like a lot of cool lore. Like it's all really fascinating when you think about it.
No, it is.
Thousands of years.
I really liked in this. I really liked in this one. I forget again the story in the Bible that he's talking about, but he like is struck blind and then dies. And they're like, that's some crazy miracle. And then Benoit Blanc was like, yeah, it was probably a really bad case of pink eye back in the day. Like, no one knew it. And I always find that funny. Of like, the reason we don't have miracles now is because we know what's like going on. It's not because we've strayed away from God. Like it's just it's you know. Whatever.
Tyler, you just like unlocked a memory for me with the whole going to church the next morning. I forgot I'd done that a couple times at sleepovers. I was like,
yeah, the worst.
I used to go to Sunday school all the time. I loved. I have nothing against. Like I loved Sunday school. I loved like Catholic camp, like as a kid, because you just learn about it. And like again, I think
because it's interesting. And like here's one thing.
Not cooking. It's not.
One thing that, you know, I kind of admire with like people who are religious and you know, have strong faith is I feel like I just every day I'm like stressing about something, you know?
Yeah.
But I would say my wife, who she's definitely more religious than me, and she just, you know, just be walking through life kind of, you know, knowing that God's got her. And I'm like, and she's like, just kind of not stress free, but she knows at the end of the day that that God's got her, and that like life is gonna work itself out in a way.
Yeah, there's definitely like a God's plan aspect of it. Like
I can see the appeal of it for sure. Like, I mean, I wish I could kind of surrender my like stresses in life and be like, there's no need to be worried about this. Like it's like
it all worked out in the end.
Yeah. But
so what's everyone's Knives Out rankings for the 3 movies? Because Cam, you said yours was insane. You said Wake Up
3,
Dead,
2, 1.
Glass Onion,
or 1, 2, 3.
1, 2. So just in order. Okay.
Yeah, in order.
How do you guys rank them?
I'd go 3, 1, 2.
Oh wow,
cooking. Garrett, how about you?
So funny enough, I have not seen the first one.
What? But you've seen the second and third?
I've only seen the second and third. Like everybody was talking about Glass Onion when it first came out.
You got to.
And I was like, and so I watched Glass Onion, and then I find out later that it was the second movie in this series, and I was like, oh. And then I just never got around to watch.
That is the nice thing. You don't really ever need to. They're like anthology films, basically.
Yes, they're all like kind of independent. The only thing that's consistent is Daniel Craig. So I was like, all right, like I didn't miss anything of the story, so it was fine. But I will say I go 3 and 2 right now. I like this third one better than one. I'll check out one. No, honestly, you guys are talking about it.
Shit. I think at one point I said
you spoiled it. It's okay though. Like we're talking about Knives Out. I should have, it should have been expected, but you know.
But the thing about any of these 3 movies though is that like the killer, like if someone came out, I'd be pissed if someone like told me who the killer is going to be. But like the movie's all about like the destination, like how everything unravels. It's like the web, or not. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey of like all these false red herrings. Like you think it's this and that.
It's revealed early on, like how he dies. Like that's the beauty of Knives Out. Like the point
like
is
how
not, like the mystery.
How did this all get mixed and wet? So there's so much Knives Out lore we haven't talked about. But yeah, for me, I'm one Knives Out, then Wake Up Dead Man, then Glass Onion. But I think I could eventually get to where Blake is once I rewatch it. Like I'm gonna watch it with my fiance probably tonight or something, and could flip because. Man, I've always loved Josh O'Connor. I've always been on the Josh O'Connor hype train. I think this is it for sure is his biggest role yet. Like I know Challengers is big and people who talk about movies online, but in terms of broad appeal, this is going to go way bigger than Challengers. So yeah.
I'm just also such a big Josh Brolin guy.
Yeah, he's always great. He's always fantastic.
Mm-hmm. I do think
I was going to say too, and I like too how in the beginning, more so in like the first half, you kind of get the reveal afterwards, just how like Josh Brolin's character is a lot smarter than you may think. Because at first you're like, he's just this washed up Monsignor who's just kind of, going through the motion, trying to find a way out. But then in the second half, he, is able to pinpoint every single one of these characters and how he's going to take them down and, what they like with Kaylee Spaney's character, like, you dumbass, you give me all this money, you really think you can buy a miracle and that sort of thing. So like he was a lot smarter than he was made out to be.
Mm-hmm. I think one thing I wanted to know, like I was thinking of like halfway through when I was kind of running through the movie, and if you made it through my long ramble, congratulations. But like I don't think I mentioned Adam Scott once, didn't mention Kaylee Spaney once, didn't mention Kerry Washington once. Like that's like how small of roles they have. Like they are few and far between being anything going on with the plot at all. Like which that's kind of frustrating because the other ones, they all have integral parts. I feel like
I think I would be most frustrated with the Kerry Washington one, just because I feel like I hadn't seen Kerry Washington in a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's so good, like she's such a good actress, and then I don't know, we just didn't get much of her.
Yeah. I'm frustrated a bit with the Kaylee Spaney because anyone who does this podcast knows for the past like 3 years I've been like Kaylee Spaney's like number one hype person. I guess she had her moment in Alien Romulus, which I haven't seen, so I know like a lot. She got her broader appeal there, but I guess for me, since I haven't seen Alien Romulus, so I was like, oh sweet, Kaylee Spaney, more people see it. She was better than this, but yeah, I forgot. I mean, Alien Romulus was a big hit with people, so people know her.
I got a question for y'all. Okay, so who would you say was the most interesting character to you, and who do you think gave the best performance? I would say aside from our 2 leads, because they get the most. Outside of our
Josh
2 leads,
O'Connor for sure. But.
Yeah, outside of the 2 leads, who gave your best performance, and overall, who is the most interesting character to you?
I don't disagree about Thomas Hayden Church. being the most like best performance. Maybe Glenn Close, obviously she has big moments, but I think Thomas Hayden Church was kind of a standout in his small role. Most interesting. Who would I like to see more? Probably Kaylee Spaney. Just kind of almost this religious zealot trying to be healed like through Christ. Like is an interesting person to like learn about more. Would have been nice to know.
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, Glenn Close is probably the best performance other than the top two for me. I just think she was so good at holding her like cards close to her chest and you never really knew quite what was going on in her head the whole time. I also thought she was really interesting, but just to choose someone different, I'd probably say Kaylee Spaney's character, just because I feel like that's such a common story of so many millions of people throughout history where they just give everything to a church just purely because they are hoping and praying that's the only way that's going to get them healed or what they need, or just kind of release everything to a church. So it's like an interesting character to grapple into. But I also just shout out Daryl McCormick because I thought he was just hysterical throughout this. Just all his like his filming stuff and like trying to be like the next like, you know, big like Ben Shapiro type online is just funny.
Yeah, I thought he was the most interesting. Honestly, like he kind of came off as just like this really annoying character, but like as we got into it more, like I just didn't realize like how ambitious he actually was. Like I kind of thought he was just like all talk at the beginning of the movie, and then come to find out like he's actually taking steps, like plotting with Josh Brolin to get this diamond and enforce his plan on the world, I guess. But but performance, I mean, dude, honestly, I'm gonna go Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin was very good.
I loved him as Monsignor Wicks, and one thing that I thought was so interesting was his confessions that he had with Judd from the beginning of the movie, and he's just like talking about masturbating the whole time. Come to reveal that Judd went through medical files, finding out that he medically cannot even get an erection. So all of this is just complete fiction, and he's doing it just to fuck with him. That part was so, and this is like,
that's why I'm saying he was smarter than he actually was made out to be.
No, he was, and it was just like, this was just like his test that he had for Judd, and it just like shows like this power that he has over people when he talks. And it all came to a, like a final point when like, he pushed Judd to his, limit of what he could stomach with this bull crap that he keeps spitting at him. And then it came to that whole point where, he puts his fist up and he's kind of going back to, he's kind of like falling into, Brolin's trap of like, because he looks at the world like this, you put your fist up, you're fighting against the world, where Judd was like, he's like, that's not what Jesus was. He had his arms open and he wanted to embrace the world, heal the world, that kind of thing. So it was just like showing their different mentalities about religion, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, no, I thought Glenn Close was the best performance outside of our leads. I did find her character really interesting as well. Has anyone seen Midnight Mass?
Yeah.
So her character kind of reminded me of the I forget her name in the story, but she plays not the main character, but the main lady who is like also the right hand woman to Monsignor. Who's very faithful to the church and has been ever since she was a little girl, where it reminded me of that character, and where she's like so faithful to the church and her faith that creates these sinister plans to save the church in her own way, where it kind of like it backfires. And now at the end is when she sort of realizes like a revelation of what she's been going through. The lady in Midnight Mass was a lot more evil, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. I watched Midnight Mass last year. I really liked it, but
that's my favorite show.
All right, those are our thoughts on Wake Up Dead Man. Feel free to please comment like what you gave it, what your opinions are. If we missed anything, just let us know what you thought about the Wake Up Dead Man third installment in the Knives Out trilogy. I believe it was a 4 from Blake, 4 from Tyler, 3.5, 4-ish from Garrett.
Upon talking about it, I'll lean 4.
Go 4, and then 88 out of 100, 4.5 out of 5 for myself. Big fan. I really love. I really love all these movies.
I got a Knives Out 4 draft here prepped that we can go through here. So we're gonna go Snake Snake draft order. So basically, when you're up first, the concept doesn't count as a draft question, but like when you go up first, so Cam, like you're the first one. Tell us what your concept is for like the setting, and then pick your first kind of. So we got lead detective. Everyone just has Benoit Blanc by default. Blanc's sidekick / main character. So that's like Josh O'Connor in this one. That's like Ana de Armas in the first one.
Yeah.
Police assistant. That's like Mila Kunis in this one. Lakeith Steinfeld in the first one. Then who dies? Who's the killer? And then give me 2 other suspects. So Cam, we'll start with you. What's your concept? What's your setting? And then tell me what your first draft pick is going to be.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. We've gone fall kind of twice. I feel like the first Knives Out and this one are kind of
spring.
Fall vibes.
Remember Good Friday, Easter Sunday?
Oh yeah, that's fair.
So it's fall, because everyone says it's fall, summer, spring. So now we need winter.
So this one is obviously winter, a snowy like Minnesota vibes, winter, like almost like a Fargo vibes, where maybe like you have blood splattered in the snow. Like I feel like you can really get into that, or like maybe you have a body, like in the snow, like frozen. I don't know. I think a winter vibes in Minnesota would be good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going with.
But you got to get a pick here, so that everyone has to do the concept that doesn't count as your pick. So go ahead.
Oh, that doesn't count as my pick. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with person who dies. This is Emma and I were talking last night, like, who do we think should be in a Knives Out movie? And she threw out this name, and I kind of loved it. Person who dies, or maybe the killer. No, we'll go person who dies. I'm going to go with Zac Efron. I really would love to see a Zac Efron in one of these movies. I think, shout out Emma. She threw out that name, and I'm like, yeah, I think he would be really funny in one of these things. So I think that would be a good one.
Cooking. All right, Garrett, what's your concept? And then go ahead and make your first draft pick.
All right. Oh boy. All right. Concept. You know what? I feel like this is kind of like a stereotypical thing, but I'd love to see Benoit Blanc on a plane for a plane murder.
Okay. Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
I think that'd be great.
That's good. That's a good one. And make your first pick. Who do you want to grab here for any of these roles?
Any of the roles? For suspect number 1, I'll go. All right, we're just picking a actor that we want to see.
Yep.
Okay. For suspect number 1, I kind of want to go Bradley Cooper.
Nice.
I like it.
I feel like I could see him in like some kind of like, businessman role. He's flying first class, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just see him in that.
He's cooking.
Blake, what's your concept and what's your first pick?
Wow. Okay. So let's see. First one, we have what? More fall. It takes place in Massachusetts, right?
Mm-hmm. It sounds like we've got summer, spring, fall. We don't have winter yet, but you can't pick winter.
No, I can't.
You got to come up with something more fun.
Okay. Damn. This is tough. You know what? Oh. This could get interesting. Let's go like Let's make it a prequel.
Which one?
To all of them. We're getting
like the Benoit Blanc backstory?
Yes.
Okay.
So
like his first case, maybe.
Yeah, like his Blanc's first case that made him what he is.
I like it. Sick. I kind of love that because I do like in these movies they canonize that like he's a famous detective, like he solved mysteries every time. Yeah. They're like, you solved this one. Yeah, I like that idea.
No, I could see that would cook because I could see like you could have like his first case, like he messes up and someone close to him like dies, and that's what makes him like lock in to become like the best detective.
Yeah.
Boom.
Who you drafting here?
Okay, so I'm gonna draft the main character. And I want my main character to be Damson Idris.
Nice. I like that play.
That's nice.
Damson Idris. So for me, I posted on TikTok and Twitter a concept and cast yesterday. So I'm not going to cheat and just do the same.
I was going to say, are you going to do that?
No, because I think it's a little boring. I'm going to stretch myself. But my concept was an archaeological dig where they find a priceless artifact. And then you have like archaeologists and rival archaeologists. And had a bunch of cast members. I really like that concept, but I'm going to switch it up here. And since we've been talking ball, I'm going to go with a starting pitcher, like before the World Series being murdered.
Sure. Okay.
And I'm thinking there's like gambling intrigue in there.
Whoa. Okay.
There's like the mob
like
ties. Starting pitcher for the World Series murdered. And I'm going to pick.
You know what?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I feel like that ties in great too with how much like sports betting has been going on these days.
Yeah. So my main character is gonna be the main sidekick will be like the agent of the pitcher, and I'm gonna have Josh Hartnett. Getting him.
I like that pick.
Ooh.
Like, do you think an agent could be a good person?
I think that's why they'll have a perfect murkiness where you don't know.
Okay. Yeah, because I feel like the sidekick is always that good person. I don't know if I could see an agent be like, oh, he's actually a really great guy. he's not trying
true.
to
I'm not writing down it. Maybe it could be like
I like it. No, I like it.
Or something. I don't know. But okay, we're going snake draft, so I guess I have a second pick here. So man, I'm gonna go with next. I'm looking at some of the people I picked in my cast. So I'm gonna go with a suspect here. I'm going to go Dan Stevens. So I did include him in my archaeological one, but I feel like he's such a menacing character, but it'd be like too obvious to have someone like Dan Stevens be the killer because he always kind of looks like he's on the verge of snapping in a lot of the movies he's in. And I feel like he had a moment, especially early 2025, where like he was in like 4 movies in the span of 3 months. So we'll get Dan Stevens in the cast. Now we're back to Blake here. You need a police assistant, person who dies, 2 suspects, and killer.
All right, I'm gonna give. I'm gonna go with. I'll go suspect number 1, and I'm gonna go with Adam Driver.
Nice.
Adam Driver, suspect.
Nice.
Back to Garrett.
All right, I'm gonna go. We're gonna go sidekick, and I think we're gonna make it like a flight attendant, and let's make it Mia Goth.
Ooh,
Goth. Horror vibes. I like it.
Cam, I'm also
gonna go with a sidekick. I think I just like when they keep it in a family almost. I'm trying to figure out how this family's connected. Maybe I don't know what the group is, to be honest. I am gonna go with a sidekick with Stephanie Sue. I think she'd be like a perfect like Ana de Armas kind of sidekick. I'm trying to think how this is going to interrelate, but I don't know just yet. My suspect number 1 is just going to be the person you immediately think is the killer. It's going to be like an old asshole type. It's Ben Mendelsohn. He's going to be walking around being like, "You doing a murder, are you? Doing a murder?"
Wait, so you said suspect number 1, right, Ben?
Yeah, he can be like, he's a suspect. He's not a killer, but he's a suspect. I think Ben Mendelsohn would be great.
All right, Garrett, back to you.
All right, back to me. Police assistants, Air Marshal Sam Elliott.
Ooh. Police assistant, or Air Marshal Sam Elliott. Blake, you need a police assistant, person who dies, suspect, and a killer.
Let's go with suspect number 2. We're gonna rep Scooby-Doo gang here. We're gonna go Linda Cardellini.
Nice. Nice. I like that pick.
Why did I think you were gonna say Matthew Lillard?
Don't give me ideas. Don't give me ideas.
I know, and you're repping the Scooby-Doo shit right now too.
But we can't go all guys right now.
No.
I'll go for another suspect here, and this is also ripping from my cast from yesterday, but I'm gonna go Bill Hader. Again, I feel like he's a killer. It'd be a little obvious with like the whole Barry connection, but he can play funny. Will also be playing like really sinister under the surface.
Yeah.
And then I need a killer, person who dies, and an assistant. I don't think I've found someone I'm in love with to be like who my pitcher is that dies. So I'm gonna hold off on that one and hopefully get like a killer in here. All right, my cast might be all dudes, but sorry, you can look at my cast from yesterday. That was like half women, so I respect women. Yeah, I'm going to Will Arnett as a police assistant. I keep thinking about him in Is This Thing On, where he turned into his most dramatic role yet I've ever seen in his career, and I think he's just fantastic. And I want him to. I mean, he still has the comedy, which you need in Knives Out movies. He can bring that up, but he can crush the dramatic roles. Blake, back to you. You need assistant, death, and killer.
I'm
just scrolling through my letterbox
right now. I know. I kind of like. I want someone kind of like iconic to die.
I've got someone for suspect number 2. I got a good one, I think, but I need the other spots.
Police. I want to shoot for police assistants here. You know what? Police assistant. I really enjoyed him as the sheriff in Midnight Mass. Let me go with. Hang on. What's his name? Raul Coley as the police assistants.
I like that.
Okay. What is he from?
Midnight Mass.
He's
he's in a few Mike Flanagan shows. What else is he? Actually, a lot of Mike Flanagan shows. That's mostly what he's in.
Oh,
he's in Haunting of Bly Manor.
Which person was he again? Police assistant, you said?
Police assistants, yeah.
I'm trying to think what else we would know him from, because I feel like he was in something recently.
Yeah, he was. But I can't. I really like him.
Maybe I'm thinking of the Haunting of Bly.
Best known for his television role in iZombie.
Yeah, I haven't even seen that. You know what? This is why this needs to be his breakout.
Breakout.
Yeah.
Garrett, what do you got next?
Let's go person who dies. And I feel like I just want to pick like a really likable person, like somebody that you think is going to be your main character. Let's go Ryan Gosling.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Then you're like, no, not Ryan.
All right. Is it me? I don't know if I have my police assistant yet. I don't know. Okay. So my suspect number 2, I kind of went your route, but I think he one-ups Bill Hader, Tyler. I'm going with Tim Robinson. I feel like
no way.
Him in one of these movies would be great.
Oh my God. Why did I not think of that?
Yeah. I think Tim Robinson in one of these things would be.
Wait, did you say suspect number 2?
Yeah, suspect number 2, Tim Robinson.
I'm going to say it right now. That is my favorite pick of this whole draft.
Thank you. Thank you.
He'd be electric.
Oh, dude. Oh, now I got.
It'd be like, you're the killer. He'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah. We're all trying to find out who did this. Like,
you're trying to find out who did this.
I think.
Cam, what did I just? Didn't I just draft Tim Robinson on a draft on here like a week ago? But I can't remember what we were drafting for. But we were building a movie for something.
Dude,
I can't remember what movie we were building. I think we were all just building a random movie. We had to pick a genre, I remember. And I did a whodunit for my movie. Or no, you did a whodunit for your movie. And you had Sabrina Carpenter in it. Are you going to put her back in here? You have one more pick. Or you have 2 more picks, but one more pick right now.
Right now, I'm going to go killer. And she's been on my mind and maybe this is why Zac Efron was on my mind. I watched The Greatest Showman this week. Michelle Williams. I think she would be a very good killer. It's kind of it's kind of like you wouldn't expect her kind of thing. I think.
Yeah, it would be better than
that very sweet woman, kind of very nice. And you just you wouldn't expect her. So
probably given a better performance than Wicked for Good too.
That's Michelle Yeoh.
Oh wait,
you're talking Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, I'm thinking of someone else. Damn it. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're good.
No, you're right.
Michelle
I know who
Williams is like
she's
obviously I said Greatest Showman, but
Drive, Manchester by the
Sea is what
yes.
Venom,
Blue Valentine.
Yeah,
Venom. Yeah, throw that in there. Garrett, you're up next. Gotcha. Suspect number 2 or killer? What are you going next?
All right, give me one sec. You're making me totally rethink this because I totally forgot about the comedy aspect of these movies.
I know.
And I was like, I got to get somebody funny. But also somebody who can be like kind of creepy. I kind of want to go like Aubrey Plaza for Suspect.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell
works.
yeah.
I think she'd work perfect in one of these.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. I think she would be really great.
Blake.
Okay, so you guys got a lot of likable people as who's getting killed, the person who dies. So I'm gonna do a switch up. Person who dies here. Let's go, James Woods.
James Woods,
Oh,
like the
okay.
The director.
No,
No.
Voice of Hades.
Yeah,
James Woods. I gotta go with this guy.
James Woods. He's what is it? Well, he's in Family Guy a lot.
Yeah,
he's
I thought
the voice of Hades.
Yeah, I know who James Woods is. I thought he was a director, and everyone hates him.
Yeah, everyone hates him.
Okay, hell yeah, for killing him.
You were saying you wanted to go for a bad guy, yeah.
Yeah. The bad guys who gets killed, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting.
All right.
I like it.
For my pitcher who dies, I'm gonna go with what's his name again?
Chris Pratt.
I'm gonna go
Moneyball.
Drew Starkey. Plays
nice.
Rafe and Outer Banks, also obviously alongside Queer against
Loki,
Daniel Craig.
Looks like,
so it would reconnect him with Daniel Craig. What's up?
Kind of looks like a very small version of who's Livy Dunn dating. This is bad.
Paul Skeens.
Paul Skeens, yeah. He looks like a skinny version of Paul Skeens. That was bad ball knowledge. I apologize for knowing Livy Dunn and not knowing Paul Skeens, but it's fine. Very good pitcher.
And then my killer will be I'm kind of copying, having an Avenger you think is good ends up being the bad guy. I'm going to David Cornsweat. Mr. Superman is the killer in this.
Okay.
Nice.
Kind of like taking Captain America of Chris Evans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nice.
Blake.
The thing about Chris Evans is he plays an asshole so well. I don't know. I'd like to see David Cornsweat do it.
I mean,
I feel like people forget that that's how he got famous to start before he was Captain America.
Yeah, he was an asshole. Twisters.
Was an Twisters. He was an asshole. He basically wanted them all to. He's trying to get them all killed in the tornado.
Yeah, it was. That was funny. Forgot about that.
Blake, your killer. Final pick.
Okay, so my killer. How old is this guy? Let's see. That could work. My killer. I'm going a little more smaller names for my cast, but we're going to go Henry Thomas, and his relation is the son of the person who was killed.
Henry Thomas. From Haunting a Hill House.
Yeah, I've seen so he can play a very innocent and scared person, but also very creepy and weird. If you've seen the movie,
he's the bad guy from Invisible Man, right?
I don't know.
No, sorry. This is
not.
I was thinking of the wrong guy.
He's also in what movie? Gerald's Game. He's really creepy in. So he can give off both aspects there of, maybe you could suspect him, but maybe not so much.
Well, I don't know if you've seen this movie, but I'm a big fan of the Psycho franchise, and he plays a young Norman Bates in the Psycho prequel, Psycho 4. So he plays like a killer Norman Bates. So if he's but that was when he was super young as an actor. So yeah, he can pull it off for sure. Garrett, who's your killer?
God, I feel like I'm just picking the Hollywood top 10 right now, but
I like it. That's all right.
Killer, somebody else who can add a comedy aspect too. Let's go Florence Pugh.
Nice.
Florence Pugh.
I'd love her.
Again, another Avenger, young Avenger, I guess. A new Avenger. You a new Avenger. Police assistant Cam, who you got?
Yeah, I think she works well as a police assistant, but more so just I like her as a badass. I want Danielle Brooks from Peacemaker.
Nice.
I really like her, and I think up in Minnesota she'd be a nice police badass kind of just no nonsense type. I'm calling her a chief of police, but I don't know if that's her true title in this just yet. We're still working on the concept, but I like Danielle.
Well, Brooks. There's our draft. So Cam is doing a winter in Minnesota concept with Benoit Blanc, Daniel Craig, obviously, Stephanie Sue as the sidekick or as the main character of the story. Danielle Brooks is a police assistant to Benoit Blanc. Zac Efron dies. Ben Mendelsohn and Tim Robinson are suspects. Michelle Williams is a killer. Garrett has a contained one on the plane with Mia Goth as the main character, sidekicking Benoit Blanc, and the police assistant being Sam Elliott as an air marshal. Then Ryan Gosling dies. He's killed by Florence Pugh. Bradley Cooper and Aubrey Plaza are the suspects. Blake, Benoit Blanc prequel, his very first case. His sidekick on this one, or the main character, is Damson Idris. Police assistant is Rahul Kohli. James Woods dies. Henry Thomas kills him. And Adam Driver and Linda Cardellini are suspects. And I have starting pitcher before the World Series is murdered. Alongside Benoit Blanc, you have the main character, Josh Hartnett. Police assistant is Will Arnett. You have Drew Starkey's the person who dies. David Cornsweet kills him, and Dan Stevens and Bill Hader are the suspects. Let us know which of these movies you want to see greenlit, and get Ryan Johnson on the show or on the phone with one of us and buy the rights to these, because now it's in the public sphere, so it's officially copyrighted by all of us. So Ryan Johnson, hit us up if you want it.
I really like the plane concept, but I like almost like if Sam Elliott's the air marshal, but he's also the killer. Like he's set this whole thing up, you know. I think that would be a good like whodunit almost.
Yeah. Now, honestly, when you guys had the killer on there, I was like, well, I mean, the killer could even be like the main character or the police assistant, you know. So I was like, do I pick one of my characters from that I've already picked? But Blake, actually, I do have a question about yours though. You said it's his first case, but like, what's the setting? Do you have like a setting in mind?
Yes, I do. So I'm thinking the setting is like Deep South. So you know.
Where his like accent isn't too.
He develops the accent.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
okay.
You got a little more race there involved and everything, and Every time I hear,
every time I hear Idris as the main character, that could be all right. Every time I hear Blanc talk, I think of I don't know if everyone watches The Office here, when they have that one episode where they're trying to figure out the murder. He's like, there's been a murder. It's the fan.
Falls off the tongue like molasses. Yeah, good episode.
So yeah, I'm going Deep South.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
All right.
Well, there's our drafts. We'll wrap up the episode with just running through some news and trailers. So first, I'll just share and we'll just run through the Golden Globe nominees, and if there's anyone that's of interest, we'll chat through them. But mostly just going to read these off. So best podcast. Sadly, neither of our podcasts were nominated, so this is a sham of an award.
Kind of
you got Dak Shepard, Armchair Expert, Call Her Daddy, Good Hang with Amy Poehler, Smartless, the Mel Robbins podcast, and Up First, Sham. Stand up. We're not stand up guys. Supporting. We're not TV guys either. TV skip. If you care about television, have fun with that. TV boo. No.
TV. Hey, whoa. Scroll down a little. Scroll down real quick. Just for once. Keep going. Keep going. Diego Luna, baby, Andor. We're back. We're back.
None of the women.
Yes.
None of the women from Andor though.
Yep,
none?
Oh,
yeah. No, Adria Arjona is crazy.
No, who's the one girl? Who was the main girl in the Empire? She was crazy good.
Yeah. Denise Gow.
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
Wild.
But Diego Luna getting it is too thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. Seeing Black Mirror still get nominated for Best Limited Series. I love Black Mirror and I'll always eat it up. That's a little crazy. Adolescence, I feel like, is running away with that one.
No, Andor is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Best TV show overall for musical comedy, Abbott Elementary as always, The Bear as always, Hacks, Nobody Wants Us, Only Murders in Building the Studio. I feel like there's the same nominees every single year.
I feel like the
drama.
Shout out the studio.
Yeah, I know Blake's happy to see the studio up there.
The studio is good. I like it.
Drama, you got the Diplomat, Pluribus, which is a newcomer, Severance, Slow Horses, The Pit, also a newcomer, and The White Lotus. Box office achievement, Avatar, Fire and Ash, F1, K-pop, Demon Hunters, Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning, Sinners, Weapons, Wicked for Good, and Zootopia 2.
We have a streaming movie on box office.
I love how we have a streaming movie and we have a movie that hasn't even been released yet.
I mean, I'm fine with the movie that's not been released because, like, obviously, but we have a streaming. We have a streaming movie. What happened to the game I love? The game's gone.
Yeah, it's wild.
That's the weirdest award they have, bro.
For sure. Original song, we got Dream is One from Avatar, Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, I Lied to You from Sinners, No Place Like Home, Wicked for Good, The Girl in the Bubble, Wicked for Good, and Train Dreams from Train Dreams. Original score, we got Alexandre Desplat from Frankenstein, Hans Zimmer, F1, Johnny Greenwood, One Battle After Another, Konding Ray from Surat, Ludwig Göransson from Sinners, and Max Richter from Hamnet.
If Ludwig doesn't win that, the game's gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone.
Screenplay, we got Hamnet, We got It Was Just an Accident, Sentimental Value, One Battle After Another, Marty Supreme and Sinners. This is for best screenplay for motion picture. Director, we got Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Guillermo del Toro from Frankenstein, Jafar Panahi from It Was Just an Accident, Joaquin Trier from Sentimental Value, Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another, and Ryan Coogler from Sinners. And then we got supporting actor. We got Adam Sandler and Jay Kelly, Benicio del Toro, One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi, cool to see him here for Frankenstein, Paul Mescal from Hamnet, Sean Penn, One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård from Sentimental Value. Pretty strong like mix of the established with the new guns. This is a pretty heavy hitting category. And then for supporting actress, Amy Madigan for Weapons is kind of like the one that everyone keeps saying like, oh, she's not actually going to get nominated for an Oscar, but keeps trending that way. So we'll see. Would be a very cool inclusion. Ariana Grande, Wicked for Good, Elle Fanning, Sentimental Value, Emily Blunt, The Smashing Machine, Inga Ibsdottir Lilius from Sentimental Value, and Tiana Taylor from One Battle After Another. Then we got lead actor, Ethan Hawke, George Clooney, Jesse Plemons, Lee Byung-hun, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Timothée Chalamet. My favorite of here, low-key, might be Jesse Plemons. I haven't seen Marty Supreme, but cooking. I mean, all of these are fantastic. Leonardo DiCaprio probably winning, maybe, ? And then lead actress, Amanda Seyfried, Chase Infinity, Cynthia Erivo, Emma Stone, Kate Hudson, and Rose Byrne. Those are for musical or comedies. I have not seen Song Sung Blue or If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. I would go Amanda Seyfried personally, but Chase Infinity, awesome as well. Emma Stone's great. I don't know. It's heavy. Just not anything from Wicked. It was just not good enough. And then I haven't seen those two, so I can't comment. But this is pretty intense category, I feel like. How about you? Who are you picking out of this lineup?
I mean, I would. Chase Infinity was really good.
Yeah.
She was really good.
That's where I was leaning to.
It's bold to put her in like the lead because I feel like she's one of those like blends lead or supporting, but I'm happy to see her in lead because she like deserves the flowers. I just feel like it makes it more competitive for her. But then for lead performances in dramas, we had Dwayne Johnson, Jeremy Allen White, Joel Edgerton, Michael B. Jordan, Oscar Isaac, Wagner Moura, another pretty heavy hitting category. To me, Dwayne Johnson was a little disappointing in Smashing Machine just because everyone built him up to be like, this is his greatest performance ever. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think he should be. I mean, and Jeremy Allen White, I didn't care for Springsteen at all. Joel Edgerton's fantastic in Train Dreams. Michael B. Jordan, obviously, dual role, phenomenal. Mm-hmm. I really liked Oscar Isaac, too, in Frankenstein, and I haven't seen Secret Agent yet, but I need to.
So let me ask you guys this, because I know the Golden Globes, you have a lot more leads to be nominated. Do you think come Oscar time, like I just have a feeling that for some reason, Michael B. Jordan could be left off of that Best Actor nomination? Do you think that'll
really
happen?
Disappointing. I'd say I just keep seeing a lot of buzz that people say like Sinners might be getting like left off a lot more nominations people think. So that'd be a bummer, but I really hope he's still able to at least get there.
Is it me or do you guys also hear like people talking about like Sinners being overrated from when it first came out? I don't know. I feel like sometimes the longer movie's out, people just start talking and
for sure
they talk about it too much to the point where they just start criticizing it for no reason. I'm like, Sinners was amazing. There's a reason it took the world by storm. But now like the hype is gone, so people are talking crap about it.
Yeah. No, absolutely agree.
Best movie of the year. Shout out Sinners.
Then we got female lead in a drama. We got Eva Victor, Jennifer Lawrence, Jessie Buckley, Julia Roberts, Renate Reinsve, and Tessa Thompson. Love seeing Eva Victor in here. Sorry Baby's one of my favorite of the years, and her in a lineup with these big names is cool to see her get included. Jennifer Lawrence, that was phenomenal. Even if I didn't like love Die My Love, I liked it. So I haven't seen Hamnet. Really need to see Hamnet. Have you either of you seen Hamnet?
Blake? No. There's only a few showings here and there at the Regal. That's like half an hour from us.
Gotcha. Yeah, Renate Reinsve is great in Sentimental Value as well. So another solid lineup. So then for foreign film, It Was Just an Accident, No Other Choice, Sentimental Value, Surat, The Secret Agent, The Voice of Hein Rajab. Animated, we got Arco, Demon Slayer, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, and Zootopia 2. I've only seen Elio and K-pop Demon Hunters. Have you guys seen any of the other ones?
Yeah, I saw Zootopia 2. That was good. I saw Elio. I've not seen Demon Slayer, Arco. I mean, I'm a K-pop Demon Hunter glazer, so I'm just gonna be riding that. I'm gonna be riding that train. Yeah.
Yep, hell yeah. Elio low-key, like I really liked from Pixar. It's just disappointing. Like
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I think it was, better than it was made out to be. But I mean, K-pop is in my music rotation every day.
K-pop, so. I like K-pop more for sure.
I feel like Disney lately is just like kind of limited by like their animation style, which plays a huge factor into this. Like every movie just kind of looks the same lately. Versus like I feel like other studios are getting more creative.
Yeah, definitely like the Sony Pictures animation with like Spider-Verse and now K-pop Demon Hunters. They're definitely the ones pushing the bounds these days, I'd say.
Yes.
Then the final two categories, Best Picture, Musical or Comedy, with Blue Moon, Begonia, Marty Supreme, No Other Choice, Nouvelle Vague, and One Battle After Another. I have not seen Marty Supreme or Nouvelle Vague, but I've seen the rest. And of the bunch, I'd pick One Battle After Another, but I'd be fine with Begonia or No Other Choice winning out of this two. Who you guys take in the musical or comedy category?
One Battle
I still have to
After
see
Another.
Begonia. I still have to see Begonia. I really wonder how Marty Supreme is going to be. I don't know. It's getting a lot of hype. I know, we see George posting.
Yeah.
George's been posting in the Marty Supreme sweater every day. So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes. But it like based off of what I've seen right now, One Battle After Another. But I'm interested to see what Begonia and Marty Supreme will do.
Yeah, for sure. And then last category, drama, Frankenstein, Hamnet, It Was Just an Accident, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and The Secret Agent. I've not seen It Was Just an Accident, Hamnet, or Secret Agent yet. So only seen half this category. So I have a lot I need to get on before the end of the year, which I'm devoted to doing the rest of the year, just focusing on stuff I've missed before award season comes around. But Frankenstein, I feel like is one that like didn't do well like on like film Twitter and stuff, but like it's done very well in the masses. Like I think the general audiences like loved Frankenstein. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes come awards time. But yeah, those are the Golden Globes nominees. Definitely like the lamer of the bunch. That's why we kind of flew through these, because Oscars are what we all care about a lot more, or at least the ReelTok podcast cares a lot more about the Oscars, and of course the ReelTok Awards, which will be coming in January, of course. But yeah, those are the noms. And the only other bits of news we really had for the episode is we got the first trailer for Supergirl. I guess that's really big news. Thoughts?
Hell yeah, we're back, baby. It's great.
James Gunn's cooking. He's cooking.
A lot of hate for it online, though.
I think Garrett and Cam are more of the we're cooking, we're back people here. I don't know.
I mean, they've Star Lordification of Supergirl, walking around in a trench coat with her Walkman like music playing is crazy. But I really like this trailer. I mean, I think there's a lot to pull away from.
I'm really excited to see Millie Alcock as Supergirl. Now,
you are.
We're talking about the trailer, right? Here's the question. Were you a fan of the trailer? I wasn't really a fan of the trailer, but I am really excited to see Millie Alcock as Supergirl.
I mean, I was a fan of the trailer, but I'm stupid. I like this, I'm a big fan. I like if this is purely like based on a comic book. If you've read the Woman of Tomorrow comic book run, like it's fairly similarly based. They're obviously changing some things. Gonna make it a little different, like especially Lobo is not in the comic. Is probably the biggest like change. So now you have Lobo played by Jason Momoa. Get a little shot of him, which I mean, he is Lobo. I don't know what to tell you. Like if you're mad about this, he looks like Lobo, and the way Lobo acts is kind of just.
I think he'll be good.
No, that was a perfect cast. That was a perfect cast, in my opinion.
I mean, I understand he was Aquaman, and if you're a big DCEU guy, like you're not going to be a fan. But like, I mean, he just simply is Lobo. But you see Cora Zor-El, like kind of, she's a lot more down in the dumps than Superman, because she obviously saw the destruction of Krypton, and like I think. When she gets sent up to Earth in her capsule, she is caught in like a time jump. That's why she's 23 in this, whereas Superman's older on Earth. He's like 28, probably something like that. I honestly, I can't remember his exact age, but or maybe 30. I don't know. But she's caught
like he's like 30.
Yeah, because didn't it start out with like 30? Like three years ago, 3 decades ago, 3 minutes ago, that kind of thing. Started off like that. I forget exactly what the numbers were. You see a lot of crypto in this, which again, there's a big spoiler, but like crypto is very important in the comics, which is
don't spoil.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything. But that'll be interesting to see and everything. You see Ruthie or Ruthie, again, I don't know how it's pronounced, who's a big character in the comics. I watched a lot of videos on it. I have not read comics. I can't read. Reading's hard. You guys heard it at the start of the episode when I was reading the description, but I really like the vibes of this. Like, you have the depressed traveler. It's very Guardians of the Galaxy-esque. James Gunn obviously not doing this movie 100%. He has his hands in it a lot. He's the Kevin Feige of this universe, right? So it's Craig Gillespie who did this. But he's obviously got his hands in it. He's gonna be telling them how to do a space adventure like Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know. I really like it. I really like the line that's like, Krypton's not lost in a day. The gods weren't that kind. Like, that's a good way to look at it. Like, it had been dying forever, and then when it finally exploded, like that's when it ended, but it wasn't lost in a day kind of thing. I like that.
Yeah, I think for James Gunn truthers, this trailer gives you a lot to be excited about. And I think for James Gunn deniers of the DC studios, or people who are worried that everything's going to start blending together, I think Swamp Thing, which would be the film coming out like next September. Is it Swamp Thing or Clayface? Clayface. The one coming out in September.
Yeah.
I think the trailer for that's going to be really pivotal for DC Studios' future for the non-believers, because if that starts to look similar-esque to these Guardians-ish movies, I think he's going to lose a lot of people. I think people are already starting to fall off with this trailer being like, this looks very similar, but again, Superman, Supergirl, somewhat similar vibes, makes sense. But if Clayface trailer comes around and it's not this horror, more thrilling look, and it's got this more upbeat, lighthearted vibe, and as needle drops, I think people can really start falling off the train. So yeah, but other than that, I mean, it's fine. I think it's one of those that you're either in or you're not at this point for these. First trailer for the drama came out with Robert Pattinson and Zendaya. This marks their third movie. They'll be coming out with them two together in it next year. They have the Odyssey, Dune Part 3, and the drama. Trailer looks fun. I don't really have much more to say than that. I think it's by the guy who directed Dream Scenario from 2 years ago. If anyone saw that, I did see that. It's a Nick Cage movie where he's like always daydreaming these weird, crazy fantasies. So it's apparently like everyone's kind of saying this movie's going to be way weirder and more unexpected than people expect it to be. So I'm excited. But I mean, two of our great actors working today, 3 movies together next year is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And we also got Cam. I added this because you talked about it before we started. The trailer for Animal Farm. You wanted to talk about
No, it looks like big old shit. Like, it looks like probably the worst movie ever. That's all I wanted to mention. I can't believe I love Andy Serkis. I can't believe they let him continue directing movies. He is not directing a movie.
I was gonna say, I know we all love Andy Serkis and all that he's done and his great acting performances, but
he's so good as an actor. Stick to it.
His directing catalog right now is Jesus.
Yeah, because he did Venom 2, and then I really don't like the Mowgli movie. The Netflix Jungle Book movie is not good. I didn't hate it, but I don't like it. And then he's doing the Hobbit movie, right? Or sorry, not the Hobbit, the Gollum movie. Out insane. Yeah, I'm not sure about it, Andy Serkis. Again, you're a fantastic actor. I think you've missed here.
We have a wild cast: Seth Rogen, Gaten Matarazzo, Steve Buscemi, Glenn Close, Laverne Cox, Kieran Culkin, Woody Harrelson, Jim Parsons, Kathleen Turner, and Aman Vellani. So a weird blend of actors there for it. Yeah, trailer looks terrible. 3 bits of movie news. One
real quick before
go ahead.
You move on. I didn't see it on there. Did anyone get to the theater and watch the 6-minute prologue of the Odyssey?
Yeah. I didn't think any of us saw it. So
I didn't get to the theater. I found it online basically the night it dropped. It was on Twitter. I don't know if you guys watched it, but it looks. Hot take: Christopher Nolan, good director. I mean, he looks like he's in his bag for this one, man. It's crazy. It's basically just the Trojan horse for the most part, but the Ludwig score, the just grandiose of the Trojan horse in the city city of Troy, right? Troy, is that where it is? I don't know this fucking story. Can't read. City of Troy and everything is just so well done, man. It looks. It looks special, guys. It looks like
it's going to be a big year next year. It's going to be a big year. Oh my God.
And okay, well, I don't know. Do you have this in movie news? I'll talk this then. You go ahead, but something on next year as well. Just big year for movies. Big year for movies.
Yeah, the only bits of movie news I had was the Paramount hostile takeover attempt for Warner Brothers. So this kind of happened like over the weekend last week. So it's been a while since that happened, but so kind of just the latest quick summary. Netflix trying to buy Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers accepted the bid. Paramount came in and launched a takeover to try and rip it away from Netflix. They're offering more money, but the big difference is that Netflix acquiring Warner Brothers Discovery would split into Warner Brothers and Discovery Global, which Discovery Global is CNN, all the news networks. That would be a separate, complete entity. Netflix would only get Warner Brothers. This deal would be more money for Paramount, but they want the whole thing. So Paramount already owns CBS and all those news stations. They'd also get CNN. It's owned by Paramount is owned by David Ellison, who's the son of Larry Ellison, who owns Oracle, which is also going to be owning TikTok US. So basically one family would own CBS, CNN, TikTok, Paramount, Warner Brothers.
Oh, wow.
Just an insane, like the most monopolistic family, like in probably the history of the world. So they would control almost everything that goes in people's eyeballs. Yeah.
I kept seeing, because obviously no one wants, Netflix to take over, but then I kept hearing, oh, well, Paramount's kind of even worse, but I never knew the context. I was like, why is Paramount worse? Tell me the reasons why. And then, hearing this, it's like, oh, God.
So Paramount owns basically every TV channel, like cable TV channel. Like they own all the MTV networks, the Nickelodeon networks, CBS, all the sports networks. So like all like the basic like cable, you get from Comcast or whatever, like those are pretty much all Paramount owned. But on top of that, they obviously own the Paramount movie studio. They would own Warner Brothers then, and now they're going to be owning that same family would be owning TikTok in US. So it's unfortunate as is, like, I posted a lot of videos on TikTok about like the Netflix deal and Paramount deal. And like, if like movie theaters have to die, I think it's just the way it's got to go. Cause I just think it's far more worse for Paramount to have that much control. However, like the best, most optimistic way to look at this is like, this is putting more pressure on Netflix. Cause since then they've come out with much more statements like, oh, we're going to honor the theatrical. They're being a lot stronger about that. So like, hopefully this last ditch effort by Paramount's only going to make the Netflix collaboration even stronger if they do continue to accept that deal, but a lot more to be developed, and it's not going to be anytime soon. Like this is like a huge acquisition that'll take like a year and a half to get done. So I think we're going to learn a lot like we just did this past week, and my expectation is we probably won't hear much news about it for many months until it gets more brass tacks. But yeah, we'll see. Scary stuff. Pluribus is also officially the Apple TV's most watched show ever. Season 2 is already greenlit. I watched the first half of the season and kind of decided I have to wait till I can just binge these because I liked it a lot. It's a slow show. A lot of Vince Gilligan shows start slow.
A lot of people are saying
I'm not out on Pluribus yet, but I was like, I can't do the weekly anymore because it does evolve so slow. I felt the same way about Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, when you watch it back, like has a lot of episodes that are like very slow episodes where you feel like you don't get a lot. And when you watch them that weekly release schedule, you can kind of be a little disappointed. But when you binge them, it's like, man, not much happened that episode, but boom, on to the next episode. Who cares? Like, just keep moving on. So sometimes the binge model works.
I just rewatched the whole show not too long ago again. And I think episode 7 of season 1 is like where you really start to lock and you're like, oh shit, this is excellent. Yeah. And honestly, I think season 1 is fantastic. Like a lot of people don't talk about season 1 enough when they talk about greatest seasons, but I loved season 1 on rewatch.
For sure.
Yeah.
I find it so funny looking back at how big Game of Thrones got, but like in season 1, you can still see like how small budget it was. I find that so interesting. Like when they're doing the whole tournament, I'm like, dude, they could have set this up anywhere. This is so small scale. It's funny.
Yeah. And when he falls out of like the watchtower, it's borderline like Yelena and Black Widow looking, where it's like, oh, that's just like a green screen kid falling out. I'm like, this looks pretty rough, but obviously it grew to be like $100 million per season after that.
Yeah.
The final bit is Vin Diesel says he's written a role for Cristiano Ronaldo in the next Fast and Furious movie.
What?
So
hell yeah.
Just your latest, like, what are we doing with this franchise of the week? So that's all I had. Cam, you said you had something to finish.
Yeah, it's the big like just on the big movies of next year. Did you guys see the 4 trailers for the Avengers all like releasing weekly with Avatar? Did y'all see that one?
So there's 4 trailers.
So they're doing 1 trailer or 1 minute trailers for releasing in front of Avatar, and they will change it each week. So yeah, for 1 week so like the whole idea for Doomsday, I believe. This is kind of the theory. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but like you have the new Avengers, you have the Avengers led by Sam Wilson, you have the old X-Men, you have the Fantastic Four, obviously all kind of leading to Doom. So the idea, I'm guessing, is like you have a trailer for each team, and then they all kind of lead to like maybe the same moment of seeing Doom. But again, it's a gimmick. They got me. They got my ass.
So this is how James Cameron wins the box office.
Yes. This is this year's $6 billion movie because you're going to get. Frankly, I'll do it. I'm not afraid to say I'm going to go 4 times, or at very least buy 4 tickets, go watch the trailer, leave.
I mean, it's the same thing with the Odyssey though. You were able to see that like the same night, like on.
Yeah,
online.
That's true. Like I
You'll
might
be able to
just
see
watch
these
it online.
the same night.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Look, I saw a TikTok the other day of like the Infinity War trailer, and it was like, is there any chance like Doomsday trailer matches like even 1% of this aura? And I'm like, no shot. Like they have not done any marketing for this. They have not done any hype. Like it hasn't been building to this in the last 6 years. Like there's no chance this is all like comes together as well. And then they said, we're doing 4 different trailers. You get them for 1 week and then they go away. And I was like, all right, they got me back in. They got my ass. They put the cheese under the box and I'm trapped. I can't wait. It's incredible.
They've been doing pretty good with like the gimmicks recently. Like when they did the cast reveal with the chairs, that was good. I like that.
They've been smart.
I mean, like they're idiots, but also at the same time, they know what they're doing a little bit.
They know we're idiots.
Yeah, they know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They got my ass back in, but I can't wait now. Now I'm excited to care again. I think that's really what it is. I'm excited to be back and be happy again. For the last however many years.
That's a great dream. It's a great
dream.
It
is a great dream. Even if this movie sucks, man, I'll still be happy. Well, I don't know. Deadpool and Wolverine, I was happy for like a week and then it all came crashing down. I was like, this movie sucks ass. Yeah, I don't know. I can't wait. Can't wait. Give me the 4 trailers, man. You've got my money.
Close us out, Cameron.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Again, thank you both, Blake and Garrett. Please tell them where best to find you.
Best to find us. Go ahead and find us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. If you would also like to be a part of our family and join our Patreon and Discord, we'd be more than happy to welcome you. Big fan of the ReelTok Podcast and everyone on here. Shout out to Seth and George as well. We really appreciate you guys having us on. Have been loving watching you guys' content for years now, and it's crazy to say that it's been in years that we've all been mutual peers in this little industry, this little family, and it's just been a joy to get to know everyone really and have this community. Yep. So
at DuckTakes, right?
At DuckTakes, and
Duck Hike.
I was just about to say that, and Duck Hike for sports content.
Yes,
sports today. I was checking the scores. It looks like the Bengals are driving the. Everyone in the AFC South is amazing now except the Colts, so that's sick. That's really cool. We should keep that going, guys. But that really looks like most everything that's going on right now. Bills are down.
I got to turn on Philip Rivers. I wonder if that game.
425.
Is that on right now?
Yeah,
425. It's at
Had to
Seattle.
put Phil in prime time.
It's at Seattle. He's gonna die, man. That's so funny. At Seattle is so funny. Like the Texans defense is actually insane too. So he plays them one more time. I can't wait. That's hilarious, man. But yeah, that's what's going on in football right now. But really appreciate you guys coming on. Shout out our executive producers, Ali Powell, Cody Whitney, Stephon Johnson. We appreciate you all week in and week out. If you have not checked out the Patreon, please go look at it. It's just the ReelTok Podcast on Patreon. Thank you to everyone that is a patron. We really, really appreciate all of your support. Holiday season's coming up. If you want to get some ReelTok Podcast merch, feel free to go to realtalkpodcast.com. Merch store's on. Any support helps, obviously. Next week is a big one. It's Avatar Fire and Ash. Major release this week.
And I guess Avengers trailer 1, I guess.
Avengers trailer 1. That's the most important part. We do have real quick on Thursday of a random wheel of actors. We have a draft. And then our real Patreon movie this Friday is Dick Tracy. I believe that is all. Thank you all for your support. We really appreciate it. We will see you next time on episode 172.
Peace.